Aha. Yeah? All right. Ladies and gentlemen, if you want to start taking your seats so we can start on time. It's a free seating. You don't need to sit down. No,
Straight away?
hey, how's it going? All right. You want the, you need the clicker? No, you don't need the clicker.
No. I can start? Right, okay. Ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon and welcome to what promises to be an inspiring and unforgettable day. The pitch.
This is going to be on YouTube for sure.
The pitch battle of the Glion Alumni Accelerator Program. Ah, yes. Today, we're not just here to witness ideas come to life, but to celebrate the spirit of entrepreneurship and the power of community that define the Glion network. As one of the co-orchestrators of this initiative, I'm incredibly proud to reflect on how far we've come since launching the Accelerator program last year. The first edition saw groundbreaking ideas, strong mentorship connections, and most importantly, success stories that continue to inspire us today. Those successes showed us what is possible when we, as a community, come together to nurture talent, provide guidance, and support ambition. This year is our second edition. We've raised the bar. We've seen more alumni and students step forward with bold ideas and an eagerness to make an impact. We've expanded our mentorship network, collaborated with industry leaders, and strengthened our funding capabilities through the incredible work of both the Fundraising Commission and the Entrepreneurship Commission. To everyone who has supported this year's program, mentors, commission members, and partners, thank you. I also want to thank Mariam Megali, who is here with us today. She's done an excellent job with us last year and was part for the first few months with us this year, and she's here with us today. Thank you. Your dedication and belief in this initiative are what make it thrive. But today is also about the future. Over the past few weeks, we've had very interesting discussions as co-orchestrators about where we take this accelerator next. I'm curious tomorrow what's going to happen. We envision a program that doesn't just end with pitch battles and becomes a sustainable ecosystem for nurturing Glion students and alumni entrepreneurs, connecting them to opportunities and resources long after their time in the accelerator. Together, we are exploring ways to expand our reach, increase funding support, right? And create a global platform for innovative minds to flourish. So to the finalists today, this is your moment. You've worked tirelessly to refine your ideas, and today you stand, well, you will stand on this stage as leaders of tomorrow. Regardless of the outcome, and it's very important to say that, remember that this is just the beginning of your entrepreneurial journey for those who have just started their entrepreneurial journey, because some of you must have already started that a long time ago. We, your Glion family, are here to cheer you on every step of the way. To all in the audience, I invite you to engage, ask questions, and support these incredible ideas. Let's celebrate not just what has been achieved, but what lies ahead. Let the pitch battle begin. Thank you.
Right. Good afternoon. My name is Martin. For those of you who are joining us for the first time, welcome. For those of you who joined us at the first edition, welcome back. Everything this year is bigger and better, with one exception. As me, I lost some weight. So I'm actually smaller, but that in itself is better, okay? I should very loosely lead you through the proceedings, as it were. Also because every startup really ought to have a German who keeps the time. We cannot rely only on the Lebanese. But without further ado, then you've probably, if you looked at the website, you've seen our finalists already. These are the people that will battle it out in the next couple of hours. We've got Michael, Umberto, Claudia, Victor Andre, Roger, Love, Vasily, and Ziad. Who's gonna win? Well, as Ronald said, it's not really about winning. I know they always say that. But really, what an incredible opportunity for all the finalists to mix and mingle and really sort of learn also to refine their pitches and this type of stuff. So that really ought to be the main takeaway here. Of course, it wouldn't be possible without the Entrepreneurship Committee, not to beat our own drum too much, but lots of thanks and to my colleagues in the Commission, Frederick, Ronald, Helmut, Joao, Beatrice, and Yurik. Together, we are the team who started it all. And Jan, of course, Jad this year also, but the overlooking, no, his picture isn't there. Fail. Every startup journey has to contain some fails, so not to worry. Jad, of course.
No, there is a little caveat. Jad is part of fundraising.
Fundraising, yeah, we had for the first,
Jad is
yes.
a mentor.
And then, so he will promptly, I think, come on the next slide. We had for the first time ever a fundraising committee. But, of course, also important, especially for today, the jury members. And I'm very pleased to welcome Dr. Antonia Santalova from, the academic dean at Glion Institute of Higher Education, and also Thomas Kanzer, the managing director and investor at Spezies. Then we have Elliot Tischka, director of real estate and hotels at KPMG. We have joining us again Yves Luthi, the CIO of Julien Group, and we have Hendrik Vega, the founder and CEO of BAE Ventures. Thank you so much. You will have a tough job. The field this year or this time round is certainly different from the first edition. But yeah, let's go right into it. We'll start with the first pitches. Every pitch has 10 minutes time to pitch, and then there's time for question and answers. To those who are pitching, the 10 minutes are 10 minutes, okay? Not 11 or 12 or even worse, all right? But enjoy, okay? That's the schedule, so that's what we're going to do. For those that are joining us online, do not forget about the online voting at 6 o'clock, okay? So stay around until then for sure. The voting weight this year is 80% judges, 20% audience voting. So the audience online voting can really make a big difference. Right? So do join us for the online voting at 6. Okay, and without further ado, the stage is Loaves. And go may I help, Ellis?
Check. May I have the picture?
Oh, sorry.
Thank you. Okay. Good afternoon, judges. My name is Love Mansukani. I graduated from Glion in 2003 with the BBA, and over the past 20 years, I've lived across US, Australia, Europe, UK, and in the Middle East. In 2008, I returned back to Dubai, started on my own entrepreneurship journey, starting a consultancy called Ribbon Consulting, and we offered end-to-end solutions in food and beverage across the GCC. However, in 2020, I had to pivot, and I was fortunate enough to meet my co-founder, Rodrigue Nkuzi, who's also the CEO of Transcorp International. He is also the co-founder of Transcorp International, and which is one of the leading cold chain last mile service providers in Dubai and Saudi Arabia, UAE and Saudi Arabia. In my initial years of Transcorp, I also completed the Power MBA, and I'm currently enrolled at MIT's CTO program, which I graduate from in 2025. I've been leading development and growth for the past 5 years at Transcorp International, and together, Rodrigue and I saw the opportunity to transform the meal plan markets, which is Gourmet Hub, which I'll get into right now. What if I told you that the meal plan industry is a $47 billion opportunity in UAE and Saudi Arabia, and it's completely broken? Meal plans are subscription-based meals that are delivered right to your doorstep for 30 days, typically, based on your preferences, personalized and tailored to your needs, every morning, like clockwork, in insulated bags. Gourmet Hub is here to capitalize on this opportunity by providing a go-to destination for personalized nutrition. The meal plan, they will completely reinvent the way meal plan vendors and consumers interact with each other. Consumers today are extremely overwhelmed with the number of choices that they have. Not only do they need to choose from the different types of vendors that they have to look for, but once they find the right meal plan vendor, they need to find the right tailored meal plan for themselves that suits their needs. They then subscribe to it for 30 days and have to interact with very frustrating digital interfaces to interact on a daily basis to get their meals right. And this can cause really high levels of frustration, specifically if they don't really enjoy their meals. Vendors, on the other hand, will have to actually maintain these expensive digital interfaces, and they have to acquire these customers in a flood of different F&B options across Google and Meta, which can be quite expensive. This results in an extremely fragmented marketplace where both sides of the market are actually losing out on value and growth opportunities. Gourmet Hub is the solution by providing a digital platform that's going to cater to both of these sides. Consumers, on the one hand, will be able to benefit from a very state-of-the-art, intuitive digital platform that is going to make this entire journey extremely convenient, where they'll be able to provide more personalization needs for themselves, and additional AI and machine learning tools will actually automate some of these processes. Vendors, on the other hand, will be able to leverage some of our very advanced digital tools to optimize their operations, logistics, and marketing needs, significantly reducing their customer acquisition costs when compared to Google and Meta. Gourmet Hub is not just another food aggregator platform, it is an ecosystem that is going to drive growth and value opportunities on both sides. The meal plan industry currently is booming, with UAE and Saudi Arabia at the forefront of meal plans. Owing to its very large expat population, most of these are young professionals who are currently working 5 to 6 days a week, and they have to spend so much time working that they don't have the time to cook. This is where meal plans come in, offering a very convenient solution for them to be able to actually subscribe to a meal without sacrificing their needs of health and fitness, and at a convenience while saving a bit more money. This currently presents a serviceable, obtainable market size of almost $10 billion in both of these countries combined. Our unique value proposition remains in automation, in vendor empowerment, and scalability. With AI and machine learning tools, our platform will be able to match both consumers and vendors on both sides. And furthermore, as the platform learns more about the consumers with integrations to their fitness applications, we will be able to automate their meal selection processes, which can actually be quite a daunting task for most consumers. Vendors, on the other hand, will be able to leverage our tools, as I've said before, to optimize their operations, logistics, and marketing. Here's a quick snippet of what Gourmet Hub today looks like.
For expats and young professionals, finding time to cook healthy meals can feel impossible. Fast food isn't healthy and takeout is expensive. Isn't it time for a smarter way to eat well? Welcome to Gourmet Hub, the go-to platform for healthy, personalized meals all at your fingertips. Set your goals, customize your plan, and let Gourmet Hub find meals that fit your lifestyle. Discover the UAE's best meal plan providers, offering quality, variety, and personalized meals just for you. Schedule your deliveries and enjoy fresh meals arriving at your doorstep on time. Gourmet Hub saves you time, money, and makes healthy living effortless. Sign Sign up now for VIP early access and be the first to enjoy stress-free healthy eating.
Here's a quick snapshot of what our current product roadmap looks like. Our MVP includes a web-based application that caters to both the consumers, the vendors, as well as the system administrators. As we progress over the next 4 years, we're going to release some core features like feedback and ratings and make sure that the platform is localized for the Arabic language. As we progress, we're going to introduce more advanced tools such as machine learning, AI, digital marketing suite, operational tools, and most importantly, fintech, and ensure that the platform is ready for scaling in Saudi Arabia. Our business model consists of 5 primary revenue streams. The first is a commission for every single meal plan that is sold on our platform. Second is a subscription-based model where both sides, vendors and consumers, can definitely benefit from our freemium features, but will also be able to subscribe to our premium features. Vendors will be able to leverage some of these advanced operational tools to reduce their costs, and consumers will be able to benefit from an enhanced flexibility, which could include discounted logistics, free cancellations, and mixed and match features in the same subscription period. We will further charge logistics on both sides of the platform, which will drive a lot of revenue onto our platform. And finally, the advertising revenue, as and when the digital marketing suite is ready, the vendors will be able to leverage that to acquire customers at a much lower cost, but it will drive significant revenue on a platform. Finally, as the platform matures, we're going to introduce transaction-level service fees and vendor onboarding fees as per the industry standards. Our go-to-market strategy is laser-focused on the UAE and Saudi Arabia. We've already established key partnerships with some of the leading meal plan vendors. We're in partnership with one of the leading cold chain last-mile logistics service provider. We're in talks with some of the best cloud kitchen companies, and we're in talks with onboarding some of the best brand ambassadors, such as nutritionists, health experts, and influencers, to ensure that we have early adoption of the digital platform. Following a soft launch strategy, we're going to take a significant amount of consumer feedback to fine-tune the customer journey. We're going to embark on a very aggressive paid customer acquisition plan with using digital ads, influencers, and a robust referral program to ensure that we achieve critical mass on the platform. Aside from myself, our founding team includes Rodrigue Nkuzi, who is the CEO and founder of Transcorp International. He's got over 10 years of experience in last-mile cold chain logistics, and he has deep expertise in bootstrapping and ensuring startups turn into hyper-growth companies as fast as possible. Munira Muqaddam brings in over 20 years of banking and private equity research, who's going to ensure that our financial strategies are sound, and she's currently the regional commercial manager at Transcorp International as well. Transcorp International is the key player in this entire formula. Mind you that the meal plan industry has 2 major problems: the digital problem that Gourmet Hub is currently solving, and the logistics problem. Transcorp currently provides a very specific type of last-mile cold chain logistics service that solves this problem. We've been doing this for the last 10 years, and we currently own 60% of the market by providing this delivery service. That equates to 4,000 deliveries a day. Gourmet Hub is here to leverage on that ecosystem and build a massive moat around their business model so nobody else can come and compete with us. Tonic Worldwide is going to be a digital partner that brings in the digital expertise very critical for our platform development and innovation. While we're still in the pre-launch phase, we're projecting to onboard close to 50 vendors by the end of the first year, which is going to result in close to 3,000 subscriptions. Mind you, we're already doing 4,000 deliveries, scaling up to almost 150 vendors by the end of the 4th year, which will result in close to 10,000 subscriptions per month. This is only in the UAE. That results in close to $7 million by the end of the first year, scaling up to $81 million by the end of the 4th year. By the end of the 2nd year, owing to our bootstrapping culture and strategic partnerships, we're looking to be profitable by the end and having a healthy bottom line. We're going to assume a 2x multiple of the top line to estimate a GMV valuation of the top line with a GMV valuation of $163 million in the UAE by the end of the 4th year. Given that the Saudi Arabian market is 10 times the size, this is a unicorn-level opportunity for all of us. To realize this opportunity, we're seeking $2.3 million, and we've already deployed $300,000 to build our MVP and come as far as we have. The additional investments will fuel technology development, vendor acquisition, customer acquisition, and other working capital requirements. Investors, the market is primed, the strategic partnerships are in place, the technology is ready, and we are with the best partner when it comes to leveraging that to make Gourmet Hub the ultimate destination for personalized nutrition. With your investment, we will be able to dominate this entire industry. Join us today to make this a reality. Thank you.
Thank you very much. You may as well stay here because there's going to be questions.
Sorry, Q&A, I forgot.
If you want, you may as well keep the clicker in case you want to go backwards and forwards.
Thank you.
Judges, this is your
Questions, please.
Yes.
Okay, is it better?
I think if you press here.
Can I try this one?
Hello.
Okay, so I have to press it. Okay. Like that. Okay, is it better?
Yes.
Thank you very much for this presentation. I think that we all enjoyed it, correct?
Thank you.
The question is about the analysis of the competitors in the market. Is there any other online application? For the
Aside
meal plans?
from the traditional food aggregators that are aggregating restaurants, there are currently no other food aggregators, any other platforms that actually aggregate meal plans. For the simple reason that most of these aggregators that are currently performing in the market only deliver using bikes, whereas meal plans require a very specific type of cold chain logistics that requires a massive cold chain room in a warehouse where all the orders come in, gets consolidated, and then gets dispersed across the 7 Emirates in the UAE. So we deliver in vans as opposed to bikes. So this is not something that any of these aggregators can encroach into. That's why I said it's going to have a massive moat around the business model.
Yeah, thanks. What do you see as biggest challenges and risks for your startup?
I think it's a matter of, one of the challenges is to get because it's one of the first of its kind digital platform, and I recall when I was in Dubai and as the food aggregators started coming in about 10 years ago, there was a lot of pushback from vendors to come in. So one of the challenges is to convince both sides of the marketplace to come in, as it would in any sort of digital platform. But given that we're in a very digital world, post-pandemic, I think that would actually be quite easy. It will be a shorter shift in consumer behavior as it was 10 years ago. So yes, it is a challenge, but I think we have measures to kind of, mitigate those.
Thank you very much for the presentation. One simple question on the BP. You are going to be cash positive very quickly.
Mm-hmm.
If you look at the past and other companies that work in the food industry and do the same thing, and I'm taking, for instance, Deliveroo, they're still not cash positive. How can you be so confident?
I'll tell you why. Because Deliveroo's primary service is to deliver the food. And we're already bottom line positive with Transcorp International, which has already solved that problem. So Transcorp has solved the logistics issue, and which is why Gourmet Hub is only here to perform the technology part of it. And the technology costs are significantly lower compared to logistics. And it is a very asset-light model as well, because everything is technology-based. Check. I can hear you. You can. Yeah.
For the streaming.
Oh, right. Okay. Shall I bring this over, maybe?
Be careful with the...
No, it's not long enough. Sorry.
I think they are missing some information about product.
Mm-hmm.
In this business, you have big challenges in the logistics and in our products.
Mm-hmm.
When you try to deliver meals, how many meals you are delivering each time, in average? What is the average ticket? What type of food are you delivering? Cooked, not cooked? About the product, because the challenge here is the detail, not the general thing.
Understood.
What is that
Okay.
product?
So meal plans are pre-cooked meals that get picked up on the eve of the day it's going to be consumed, so the night before. And it's pre-cooked. They usually get put in insulated bags. And people have usually a selection of a permutation of combination of either 3 meals and 2 snacks, 2 meals and 1 snack, anything in between, right? Or 1 meal and 1 snack, based on their requirements, based on their calories and their macros, etc. And we go as Transcorp, pick it up, we bring it to our warehouse in a cold room. We sort it out based on the different zones that we have to deliver it into. And the next morning, between 3 a.m. and 7 a.m., these are delivered in insulated bag with ice packs all around it. And in the morning, the consumers pick it up, bring it in, and either they leave their dinners at home, take the bag to work, and now their meals are completely taken care of. They don't have to scroll through any of the delivery apps. They don't have to have any sort of... We don't do the production of the food. The vendors do the production of the food that will be on the marketplace. Also, the logistics is being taken care of by Transcorp International. We're only the platform, the digital platform that brings both of these sides together, because currently no digital platform exists, and which makes the entire marketplace so fragmented. Because as a consumer, if you were to go online and look for paleo foods, keto foods, etc., that are specific to your requirements, or low sugar, etc., you would need to actually browse through Google, find the right vendor, and ensure that these guys actually provide the right sort of meal plan for you, and then have conversations with them one by one, etc. And it makes a very complicated sort of experience, which is why the digital platform, there's a definite need for it. And we've actually been speaking to a lot of the meal plan vendors. We cater to about 68 meal plan vendors already in the UAE for deliveries. And they've all given us a very, very positive feedback on coming onto a digital platform, because then they won't even have to maintain their own digital interfaces. They can just leverage ours.
But the vendors will produce orders, or
Yeah.
produce for a food bank?
No, the vendors produce the orders. Yeah, they produce the orders 100% by themselves. They have their own operating kitchen. No, there's no food bank in the middle. We go to the various different vendors, we pick up the foods, bring it back to us. We have a fleet of close to 500 vehicles with Transcorp International, and there is a collections team in the evenings that goes specifically to meal plans and brings them in chiller vans, put it into a chiller room, sorts it out, and delivers in chiller vans. Pleasure.
Well, now it works. Thank you for the presentation. Maybe you could give us some more details regarding who is your final consumer, and how do you manage to acquire, and how much does that cost in your business? And maybe you can give us an average amount of how much will the consumer pay for this kind of service?
Okay. So with our projections of $7 million with close to 3,000 subscriptions per month, we're computing at about $500 per subscription that gets sold to the consumers. That typically includes meals for 5 days a week, and typically at least 3 meals and 2 snacks for all those 5 days for an entire 30 days duration. Well, 26 days, because 2 days a week they won't be consuming anything. It's weekends, they want to go do their own thing. Now, in terms of acquiring these customers, they typically are expats when it comes to people living in Dubai and Saudi Arabia who are there without their families, young professionals, and they don't really have the right sort of support or background to be able to do the cooking themselves. If you're working 10 to 12 hours a day, coming home at the end of the day, you don't have the time to cook, so you end up going to Deliveroo and ordering that. This is where meal plans come in. They actually come in and provide you with that sort of convenience that there's a meal ready for you. You just need to heat it up and eat it, and your macros and your health and fitness needs are taken care of. So it's predominantly expats, but we also have a lot of locals starting their own meal plan companies because they're also very much into their health and fitness. So we have Lebanese meal plans, we have Indian meal plans, we have keto meal plans, we have, you name it, and it's all there in this entire market. It's such a thriving market when it comes to meal plans and it's impressive that nobody has solved the problem with the digital platform. In terms of consumer acquisition cost, currently the entire consumer acquisition cost is on the vendors, and they typically spend it on Google and Meta. With the emergence of our digital platform, now they will be able to cater to a very captive audience that is specifically looking for meal plans on our platform. So their advertising acquisition cost is going to drop drastically on their end, and they're going to spend that advertising revenue on our platform to acquire these consumers, similar to how restaurants advertise on Deliveroo and the likes and Uber Eats. And so in our case, I understand that on the digital platform, we also need to invest in marketing to build both sides of the vendor. So we've already got a marketing budget of $753,000, scaling up to $1.27 million a year. That in itself is purely money spent by Gourmet Hub. But please understand that when the vendors are also looking to acquire customers, they will also be spending money on their different platforms, but that will eventually start reducing on Google and Meta. Initially, it will be Google Meta because our digital suite is not ready. Eventually, there's going to be a transformation from everyone going from the wider ocean into a more captive sort of ocean to start spending their money. Does that answer your question?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
Any
last question?
Yes.
So the vendors, what you mean by vendors are cooks, companies that actually prepare the food.
Yeah, meal plan companies that are producing the foods for all of these consumers.
The experience, they don't have a lot of money to invest. They will put their money in having the staff.
Mm-hmm.
They will buy food,
Mm-hmm.
and then they will also need to make sure that they make margin.
Correct.
So you need to keep this balance in mind, because you say many times the vendors will pay, they will invest, they will do that. The vendors are cooks that produce meal that don't have a lot of money to put anywhere else than in paying the staff, paying the food. I think it's important to have that the vendors.
I appreciate your notion over here. I worked in food and beverage, and I know the margins are slim when it comes to food and beverage. I completely understand.
Even in Dubai.
However, by joining our platform, they will actually not be investing in anything. All they need to do is join our platform. Instead of publishing their menus on their own digital interfaces, leverage our digital interfaces that directly goes to the consumers and acquire these consumers from our...
Keep in mind the health of your vendors
Mhm.
in your model. That's what I meant.
Yes, correct.
Thank you. Done.
Yeah, and these particular vendors don't have to, so...
No,
if-
they are the backbone of your business model.
100%, yes.
There you go. That's
You
why.
need both sides of the market to be able to feed off each other.
My
It's
second
network
question
effects.
would be, have you studied the BP of a vendor?
100%.
That's what I mean.
100%. So, like I said, with Transcorp International, we're already delivering close to 4,000 deliveries a day across 60 different vendors. And we have spoken to each and every one of them to understand what their challenges are. Some of them cater to close to 1,000 meals a day. Some of them cater to only 50 meals a day. So we have everything in between. And we know the differences and the capabilities of each of these vendors. And when they do, and we've asked them, would you be willing to pay the 15% commission to sell your food on our platform? At first, they said, that's a lot of money. But then when we had a proper discussion with them, they said, yeah, you know what? I don't have to spend money on Google and Meta to acquire that customer because now I have a captive audience to pick off. That's one. Two, it also makes it very easy for them to now have the entire order management, menu management process on our tool and not have to spend so many different SaaS products to actually do all of that. Our platform in itself will provide an end-to-end solution for operations when it comes to order management, menu publications, etc. So that's a lot of value add for them.
Thank you.
Thank you. Pleasure. Cheers.
Thanks a lot.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. And we're staying vaguely in the food theme, only that it gets a little bit more spicy. Not that spicy. Let me, oops, 1,000 apologies. Let me introduce you to Siad from Phil Foods. I did already. There you go.
Thank you. Check, check. All good? Too loud? Too quiet? Good. Okay, it's nice to be back. Since launching in January of this year, we've been spreading Palestinian culture to homes worldwide. Fil, derived from the word filfil, or Arabic for pepper, reflects the heart of our brand. Our mission is to create high-quality Palestinian condiments rooted in tradition, yet adapted to a global audience. And our vision is to be a global positive ambassador for Palestinian hospitality through food. The first chili condiment dates back to 7500 BC. And, as this map illustrates, each region has their own signature flavor. But what is the Middle Eastern equivalent? Well, that's where Phil comes in. This condiment is known as shatta, the traditional Gazan chili condiment with a simple purpose: to add spice to any dish in a fresh and vibrant way. It's a staple in our cuisine next to salt, pepper, and olive oil. We struggled to find a high-quality version anywhere in Europe, so we took matters into our own hands. Our primary market is the UK, where we'll be positioned as a world food condiment and a clean label hot sauce. The UK world food market is projected to grow to 18 billion by 2030. This is driven by the increased demand for international cuisines, further supported by over 50% of Brits regularly enjoying up to 5 different cuisines at home. The hot sauce industry is also booming, with Waitrose reporting a 55% increase in the category year on year. Onto the clean label side. The clean label industry is projected to reach 88 billion by 2032. This is supported by 42% of consumers now consciously looking at the health of their condiments, and 73% of those consumers willing to pay for that premium price tag. Phil, or Shatta, as a hot sauce with a culturally unique element, is perfectly positioned to capture this growth. I mentioned already that our products are clean label, and with low salt, low sugar, and approximately 10 calories per serving, we meet the dietary requirements of almost any consumer. As I mentioned with our mission, we are rooted in tradition, yet adapted to a global audience. This is done by using chilies that are accessible around the world, which allow customers to get an understanding of the taste profile of what they're about to eat, and hopefully be intrigued to try something new. We're the first to innovate in the space and in the cuisine, with unique Shatta varieties, as you can see with the jam there and the habanero there. We continue to differentiate against our competition. Speaking of the jam, one of our unique value propositions is our circular economic and zero waste approach. This allows us to A, be sustainable, but B, maximize our profitability by utilizing the raw ingredients from our production. And lastly, we're a Palestinian-owned business that creates a distinctly Palestinian product. Culture and community are at the core of our business, and I'm very proud to say that we've been able to donate 10% of our revenue to charity this year. Onto the business model. We have 3 channels for scalable growth. The first one is our direct-to-consumer channel, which contributes 30% to 30% of our revenue. This is mainly our own web shop, as well as our presence at physical events. We will expand this channel next year, at the beginning of next year, with our subscription model, Refill. This is designed to boost loyalty and decrease COGS by up to 60%. Again, maximizing profitability, but also lowering our future customer acquisition costs. Second is our retail partnerships, contributing 55%. This is mainly coming from our partnership with an online platform called Deli, where we have the bulk of our sales. Next year, to evolve this platform, what we'll be doing is targeting premium and independent shops. This is hopefully going to be boosted by our milestone launch at Selfridges, expected at the end of this year. And our last is restaurant and food service, which is a new channel but already contributes to 15% of our revenue. This is largely with our partner, Imad Syrian Kitchen, based in Soho in London, who in the 2 months working together has already bought 100 kilos of our Shatta jam. Since launching in the beginning of this year, we've garnered strong traction, and we've managed to maintain and grow that traction as we've expanded into more online platforms. And we've managed to maintain monthly profitability since June, quite a feat for a startup of our size. This is also reflected in our only 5-star Trustpilot reviews, which is a testament to our product quality and our customer satisfaction. Looking at the end of the year, we're on track to reach our year 1 stretch goal. With the Selfridges launch and the holiday promotions that are upcoming, we're very happy to say that we're very much on track to do so. Next year, 2 major milestones are a second co-founder joining me full-time and outsourcing our production to allow the 2 of us to focus solely on growing the brand. Further ahead, we plan to launch in the GCC and gain a foothold there in 2026, expand our product line further into be more of a general Palestinian condiments and food business, and on top of that, start in the US market by 2028. Our go-to-market strategy has been very much focused on scalable, cost-effective growth. We've been bootstrapping the company, and our focus on this year in particular was to make sure we understood our target audience and to make sure we understood what the right product fit was and where our product fit in the market. The first channel we focused on was organic growth. Using low-cost engagement platforms such as social media, we started to build a loyal, culturally connected audience. this is one of our target audience groups. The next is our retail channels. So this involves, as I mentioned, deli, and with Selfridges coming up as well, where we hope to start really getting into the more premium section as we see our products are, where we see our products are. It also allows us to tap into the ABC1 consumer group, and on top of that, people who enjoy spicy condiments. The last channel is our partnerships and events. So this is with key partners, such as our launch at Souk Salam, it's a charity-led fundraising event, and as I mentioned, Imad's Syrian Kitchen. What this has allowed us to do is connect with chefs, restaurant owners, and on top of that, content creators to allow us to build our brand exposure and to grow further. Next year, we will be focusing on the health conscious side of things, particularly with our January detox campaign coming up. And on top of that, working with more content creators and on also attending as many fundraising events as we can. The team the founding team is myself, my brother, and our childhood friend Karim. All of us with Palestinian backgrounds and a desire to celebrate our culture and share our culture in a unique, positive light. And all of us have our individual expertise that help us to hopefully achieve our vision soon. I myself have 7 years of FMCG operational experience. Laith, who will be joining me as a full-time CEO in February 2025, has 9 years of experience in startups and in high growth startups and operational roles. And Karim, who will stay as our fractional CFO, has 8 years of experience in financial services and also as an investor and advisor into food F&B startups. To support our vision and to evolve the brand, we are working with two advisors, Andy, who is a brand growth specialist with experience in Bacardi and Brewdog, and Ziad Anabtawi, who is the CEO and founder of Al Ard, and a leader in promoting Palestinian excellence in the global food industry. We are on track to reach our year one stretch goal with 6,000 cash reserve. This will allow us to start our growth for next year and help us to achieve our target revenue goal of 155,000. This, with our projected 37% CAGR and our 20% internal rate of return, gives us confidence that we have a scalable business and scalable enough to reach our 2030 goal of £1 million recurring revenue. What Phil does, it presents an investor with a unique opportunity and an opportunity to invest in something that's both profitable and with purpose. In terms of funding, we are seeking 220,000 in exchange for 20% equity to fuel our growth. This will provide essential roles for the CEO and COO, allow us to outsource operations and other operational things to ensure that we are more efficient, and to launch our marketing strategy and marketing campaign. To conclude, Phil is seizing an untapped opportunity and filling a cultural and culinary gap in the market. In our first year, we're on track to reach our year one goal. And with the funding ask that we have, we will be able to unlock new potentials in production, distribution, and of course, marketing. It's not just a product, it's a cultural celebration. So join us in growing something and developing something that's got profit, well, hopefully profit, a purpose, and of course, most importantly, get your fill. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Questions?
Okay. Is it good? All right.
Yep.
I have about 1 million questions, so I'm going to just ask one. Why did you choose to have 5 products to start with and not just one? It's hard to market 5 products.
I agree.
I mean, it's much harder than to market one.
So it's 4 products, but there is a 5th one on the way. How did you know? I didn't mention that yet. No, so we started. So we have 3 products, and the reason for launching 3 products is because each one has its special place in the market. Different spice levels, different taste profiles, and we wanted to do this to show the versatility of shatta and to get more people to try it. A lot of people may not be able to handle the fiery heat of the habanero and may be accustomed to having a jalapeno. And actually, very interesting market feedback we've had is people who don't actually, say, have an affinity for spicy foods, they will try the jalapeno and actually work their way up and be tempted to try others. the jam was the best mistake we made. Well, not mistake, it was the best experiment that we had. So this is one of our zero waste products. I apologize, I failed to mention it earlier, but this is, and we focus on the circular economics. So the jam is made from the byproduct of the habanero. And this allows us to maximize our profitability, but also the jam is actually our best seller, which is why it was a great experiment. We're working on our 5th product at the moment, which will add a different dimension. And also what it does is allows us to break into that 3rd channel of the restaurant and food service in a way that's a lower cost of entry.
A quick question. So where are the production units?
Pardon?
Where are production units located?
Where are they located? As in, where is it produced?
Yes.
How do I go back?
Yeah.
Here. So I make everything myself at the moment. And it's located in London. So there's it's almost like a WeWork for chefs. So it's a big commercial unit that there's a membership fee that people pay and they are able to produce from there. Everything passes the regulatory requirements and health and safety and allows us to grow in a more scalable way.
It seems like your direct-to-consumer margins and restaurants are, I mean, not that far apart, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so, and you mentioned expansion, you mentioned global areas, but I mean, for me, wouldn't it be wiser that you re-penetrate, like you're in a quite in a good location with London? I believe that you really go really deep into the restaurant within London, or why do you kind of? Well, you try. Well, you plan to do everything, but maybe you can give a bit clearer picture on that because the margin seems quite.
The margins, as in the split of the margins.
I mean, it seems quite similar to direct to consumer. I think it was around 60 plus, and restaurants was also 60 plus, and so there's not much difference. And so, why not just expanding the restaurant segment then in London, which is quite a good place for them?
So, of course, we started direct to consumer, and we have a direct to consumer base, which is why it's at 30%. So the split was 30, 55, 15. 30 is we're able to maintain that. We like the margins that we get direct to consumer, of course. And what the restaurant side of it, we actually started that only 2 months ago. So it's a very new channel for us, and as a channel that we want to explore further. The idea is that the zero waste products, so the jam and the one that's coming, they will, because of that low cost, basically the cost per kilo is a lot more accessible for restaurants. It will be our approach to going to them first. The other ones, production costs are quite high because of the fermentation element of it, and that we can get into details of that later if you would like. But the idea is the margins next year, the kind of split of margins next year is expected to change with more of a focus on the food service and the retail partnerships.
What was the initial feedback of those restaurants, and any learnings you took away from this first segment of restaurant?
It's been incredible for growing that demand and that exposure, particularly restaurants that have the restaurant we work with, Ahmad's, he has a very similar approach and a mindset to us, and what we want to do with our business is what he wants to do with our restaurant. So what that's been able to do is really give us that brand exposure and credibility, and also allow us to then, again, hopefully expand further. We have projects lined up with him next year already. And the idea would be to find more restaurants that have a similar sort of focus there. Did I answer your question?
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah, thank you.
Any more questions?
Yes, maybe you can go back to the slide with your operating margin.
Yeah.
Because I didn't understand why the operating margin decreased and then increase again.
Yeah. So the reason for this is when we start to enter the markets that we identified in 26 and 28. So we have for a food business similar to ours, the standard operating margins hover around 25%. And so here it does hover around 25%, but of course the initial drop here comes from entering a GCC market. This, we already have connections there. So the cost of entering the market is expected to be slightly lower. Also, we'll be entering on a B2B level initially before B2C. And on the B2B level, when we looked at working with 3PLs, the handling costs are significantly lower on a larger scale. So our focus at the beginning is B2B, and then we'll start to expand hopefully into B2C when the demand comes. similar to in 2028, where we'll be entering the US market. Their plan is to enter the US market. Here we foresee that the cost of acquiring customers is going to be higher, and therefore the operating margins drop. Take a year to understand and start to grow afterwards. It's a conservative approach that we've taken here with the knowledge that we have at the moment.
And last question, sorry, regarding your IRR, how do you assess the 20%? Where does that come from?
It's a very good question, and I'll have to ask my CFO.
What is your margin per bottle container? What is the
Can you use the microphone? It's for the
the absolute value for one sale of this?
What is it? I mean, what's the cost of production?
No, the margin.
The margin. So it varies product to product.
Okay, give me average.
The average margin is 36%.
No, absolute value.
Absolute value.
Yeah.
Well, I can. Oh, my appendix. Sorry, I had slides in the appendices that had the breakdown of it off the top. But off the top of my head, I don't have the exact figure. But this is where, hopefully, when we go to outsource our production, we'll be able to maintain those margins a lot better. And the main reason for this is because of the nature of fermentation. So, as you can see, all the products, well, the shutters are different colors, and that's because they use different peppers in the production process. Each pepper has a different sugar content, and therefore, when fermentation, it releases a different amount of liquid. What we do is we take the pulp, and that's what we then make the condiment from. Being able to control yields ourselves in the kitchen is very difficult. There's a lot of impacts that come into it. Seasonality is one thing. It can be anything. Even 1 degree will change the yield that we get. The idea is that when we outsource, we're able to control that a lot better and hopefully even manipulate the margins depending on the demand that we have. Because as I mentioned, the jam comes from a byproduct. If we have a higher increase, if we have a very high demand for jam, such as in the festive period, then hopefully be able to manipulate those demands and have more liquid to then create the jam from is going to be a real game changer for us going forward.
You have the figure in the appendix?
Yes.
Okay.
All right. 1 second. You have 1 minute and 15 seconds, including the answer.
Thanks for the presentation. Happy to see what you've done in a year time.
Thank you.
Congratulations for that. I would like to challenge you a little bit. The spice and sauce market is a very energetic market.
Mm-hmm.
It creates more than 2,000 brands a month. And that's on a regional area. Imagine on the planet. Why would you promote only the cultural difference of your products? Today, it seems that sauces that makes it through are sauces that brings fun.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I was told on that market. What would be your position there? Are you ready to evolve, or you're gonna do it step by step? Are you thinking and studying this, or you're staying on the cultural side of your brand?
So of course, culture is, if I tell you the 3 values that we have, it's culture, community, and contemporary. The contemporary approach is where we catch on to what you're talking about there, the fun side of it. You know, it's a fun brand. We've chosen the yellow color to be more warm, to be more accessible, again, reflecting the hospitality elements of it and the warmth that it brings. But the way that we use the play on words, such as our slogan is "Get Your Fill," the way that we advertise, the way that we are doing our merchandise and logo and things like that is on a more playful element. But we want to make sure that we are always connected to the culture, and we want to make sure that we are promoting, as I said in our vision, it's to be a cultural ambassador for hospitality through food, and making sure that that's always the underlying message behind that in all that we do.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks a lot.
Thank you.
Well done. Is this on? I hope so. Right, on to the next. Siad already gave it away. Is Vasily and Poncho.
Thank you.
Comes with a white cube.
come with the one cup. Thank you. Okay. What do I do? This? Like this? Okay, perfect. It works. Okay, so this is further. Okay. Whew. Ready. Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Vasily Grogol. I'm a young hotelier, design lover, and a frequent traveler. I travel at least for 100 days a year, and I have a problem. That whenever I go somewhere and I want to stay in a nicely designed hotels and Airbnbs, I end up spending a fortune. And if I'm on a budget and I'm searching for something cheap, those hostels and motels are relatively ugly. Therefore, I see a huge gap on the market between cheap and ugly, nice and unaffordable. And I'm here today to present you a solution by bringing style to affordable travel. Pointo. We offer clean, safe, and beautifully designed capsule hotels in the hearts of the largest cities, all at affordable rates. So what is capsule hotels? Capsule hotels emerged in Japan to address the issue of the tired workers, predominantly blue-collar workers, who missed the last train home and needed a convenient and affordable place to sleep instead of staying on the streets. Look at this. Poor guys, actually sleeping on the streets. So first capsule hotel was designed by Kisho Kurokawa with capsule in Osaka. Kisho Kurokawa is also behind the Nakagin Capsule Tower, the legendary capsule residential building in Tokyo that actually started the entire capsule movement. Here you can see the interiors of both the capsule hotel and the Nakagin Tower. They're characterized by minimalistic, sleek, very tech-savvy design. Between the 80s and 90s, capsule hotels became extremely popular in Japan, spreading all across the country with thousands of hotels catering millions of budget-cautious travelers. The trend continues today with new emerging players like 9 Hour Hotel that use the same methodology with a slightly updated design. But Western people are not ready for radical Japanese capsule culture. They find it lack privacy, have limited space and storage. So we aim to offer a superior alternative by combining the culture of Japanese capsule hotels with the needs of the Western travelers. Pointo. New generation, stylish capsule hotel for big Western cities, all at affordable rates. So let's get to a point, or simply, point two. Pointo in Japanese means a point, and for us resembles the notion of getting from point A to point B, from city to city, country to country. The letter O represents 50 Japanese yen, which for us represents our commitment to stay affordable. For who is Pointo? Pointo is for young professionals like myself, budget-cautious travelers like backpackers, digital nomads, school and tourist groups, corporate travelers. So let's look at the product. Our main goal is to find a balance between affordable rates, well-designed, sleeping, relaxing, and working experience. Let's look at the capsule. Here you see the 3D model of the capsule, and I'm going to put one side here for you judges and for you judges. And I'm going to talk about that. So our capsules, so one unit has 2 capsules, and it can accommodate up to 4 people within 9 to 10 square meters of space. All capsules are constructed from highest quality materials in a prefabricated controlled factory environment to ensure consistent quality, cost efficiency, and reduced production timeline. They're extremely compact, but very comfortable. You find everything what you need in there. So basically, comfortable seating area, foldable desk, TV, hi-fi speakers, RGB dimmable lighting. We pledge to provide the perfect sleeping experience with our luxury double beds, mattress, linen, light alarm clock, personalized sound effect collection. So our capsules will literally feature all you have in a luxury room in a small capsule environment. Public areas. Public areas are the heart of the concept. It all starts with the perfect morning coffee at the Pointo specialty coffee shop. Our guests can enjoy nutritious and healthy meals at the Pointo AI vending machines. Our corporate guests can work in our designated and fully equipped co-working spaces, mingle and socialize at Pointo lobby, and of course have a drink at Pointo evening bar. Last but not least, our guests will enjoy our luxury but shared bathroom facilities. The question I'm asked a lot, is it okay to share the bathroom? Well, we share bathrooms when we fly first class, in business lounges, in our amazing offices, in sport clubs, spas. So yes, it is more than okay to share the bathroom, and no to overpaying with your eyes closed. So Pointer represents a very unique business model that investors will absolutely love. In terms of development, it ensures rapid construction, controlled budget through prefabrication. It only takes a fraction of the hotel floor area, requires minimum capital investment. It can be plugged in literally into any space, and those capsules need no windows. In terms of operations, it provides high revenue potential. It is fast in scale, high in revenue, mass appeal, it's mass appealing, and has multiple revenue streams. We'll have our own AI-powered app that will control everything in the room and with the guests, from bookings to check-ins to connection to community and personalized guides. On the backside of the office, on backside operations, we also will digitalize all our operations in order to ensure accurate data collection and remote control of every property. With Pointer, we're not only solving the problem of our guests, but also solving the problem of the landlords. Just think of the numbers. Berlin, Paris, New York, London have millions of empty square meters that are perfectly suited for Pointer. So therefore, we'll go into those undervalued real estate assets, empty offices, and solve the issue of our landlords. Pointer will go beyond hotel walls. This concept can be adopted in airports and train stations, festival and outdoor events. Pointer can be plugged in into existing hotels to differentiate the hotel offer and can serve as a nap area at business centers. How will we market? The core of Pointer marketing is the community. Therefore, Pointer will have its own curated magazine and local guides. We'll work with local influencers, have our own strong photo and video production, and certainly sell through classic hotel and hostel OTAs. The first location is London. So why London? It's all the time growing tourist demand. It's skyrocketing Airbnb and hotel prices. At the same time, Airbnbs are being constantly restricted. It is legally permitted to have windowless rooms, which is very important for us. London has popular hostel culture, is a trendsetter for you in terms of tech and innovation. On this very detailed business plan, you can see our strategy. So first, we're going to work on our first location and develop a strong brand. Second stage, expand regionally and continuously work on our brand and development of technology. And on a later scales, we're going to scale through partnership with landlords and unique point of franchise management and franchise model with remote control of every property. Why we can do it? So I have created I have created two big projects. One of them being Bursa Hotel Kyiv. It's a 33-bedroom boutique hotel, part design hotels, operates since 2018. Has one restaurant, 2 bars, and a little cinema. Cooperative co-working. It's a co-working space with more than 750 residents. Exists in 2019. And yes, an average occupancy of 97%. Both projects lived through COVID and now living through full-scale war, so I can assure you they're bulletproof. Also, we created a bunch of smaller projects like bars, restaurants, apartments, even art center. I have a team of management and operations with experience of over 8 years. In-house creative studio at Bursa Studios with design, culture, and marketing focus. And I have put together an amazing executive team for Pointer. All these troopers are professionals in their own respective field, head of design, head of tech. Head of tech is actually working on the second largest AI startup in the world, Perplexity, if you know it. Head of bar, head of kitchen. We're still searching for head of operations and head of marketing. So if it's you, please apply. Finance, let's look at the Pointer, first Pointer prototype unit economics. So just with 25 capsules, we'll be able to generate EBITDA of over 900,000 pounds per year. Our IRR is more than 34% and break even in 2.5 years. We plan to establish regional dominance at first, what I mentioned before, and reaching over 1,200 capsule units in 5 years with overall revenue of 415 million per year. those are the benchmark brands that we compare ourselves to. They're relatively young and tech savvy. Zadwell, Freehand, Numa, Citizen M, Yotel, Selena. As you can see, Pointo would still represent a fraction of those hotel capsule units. Therefore, we have a potential to grow. What do we need? We need funding for operational company, funding for a property company, and overall 2 mil. Anyway, Vasily Grogol, and I have a Pointo in my mind. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Hang on to this
Yes,
just in
yes,
case
yes.
you need to go
Perfect.
forwards and backwards. Any questions?
Hi.
Hi.
Thank you for your presentation.
Thank you.
2 or 3 points. What is your model in real estate? Because when you speak about landlords, it is a asset light. This is what it is. Because I didn't follow.
So we are working on this one right now. So basically, this is one of the main, let's say so, challenges that we face. Is that each place where we go has its own like use classes and complications in this regard. And so first, we plan to go asset heavy. So we are also going to be the producers of those capsules because I have experience in like producing and manufacturing and like designing and stuff like this. Therefore, we are going to be, our deal with landlords is as we go in, we take over the space and basically have a profit share relationship with the landlord and we're sharing the profit, yeah. But we are the asset heavy guys here.
In terms of production of the capsules, but not about the building.
And not about the building, of course.
Okay,
Yeah,
okay.
we only would go into existing buildings. Yeah,
That
for now.
means
Yeah.
your business plan is based in operational return and revenues,
Yes.
not
Not in the development. Yes,
develop-
absolutely.
okay. You need to take out Selena from the beginning because it's a bankrupt company.
I know.
I think
That's
it's not
right.
a good idea to show that.
But they still have like quite a few
course.
hotels. That's why.
But
I was
the
actually
business
just
model
comparing. Yeah,
doesn't-
you're absolutely right. Yeah.
In the beginning, what you are doing is really you are reinventing the wheel in the space because about tech is nothing new what you have there
Yeah.
because everything you can control in the hotels is,
Yeah. Easy
is
peasy.
a commodity today.
Yes.
The volume in the room is exactly what you are working on in a different way. And you have e-hotel is nearby. I think Citizen M is nearby what you are doing. And we're talking about products with 10, 15 years already. Okay? And you address the market in a very clear way. It's affordable. And you put in the beginning $69.
Yeah.
But in your first project, you have 113
Exactly.
pounds.
Yeah.
Is double.
Good catch. Yeah. So yeah, it is. So 69 is basically, let's say so, an average of different cities, European capitals, because the price in Prague is going to be different from the price in London, and the same in Warsaw and Barcelona. So that's why, like, this is when I'm doing like projections, this is the price that we can definitely advertise and achieve in some destinations, and some destinations are going to be higher. And this is particularly London, and this is an ADR, not a specific price per like this specific night. Therefore, it is what it is. Yeah.
But you think it is affordable, 113 in London?
I think as ADR, it is overall through the year.
Okay.
Yeah.
Any further? Yes?
Thank you. Thank you.
It is on.
I have to press somewhere.
Try again.
Hi. Hello. Maybe you don't like my voice. Hi. Should I speak without it?
Do we have another one? Yeah, if you come there, then that one works for sure.
Thank you. Yeah. I really love the idea. Do you hear me?
Yes.
Yes.
I really love the idea. I'm still struggling to see how we're going to be able to plug these into already existing buildings versus just enhancing the internal architecture of the places where you're going to go.
Of course.
So you have a lot of companies that produce
Yeah.
models, etc. So I just I'm confused a bit on the deployment into these things, and it would be interesting to see whether you really analyze the cost of it and the capabilities of producing it.
Absolutely. Thank you for your question. So basically, there are two types of two ways how you can produce the capsule. One is like a complete unit, and another one is called kit of parts. So we are adopting a kit of parts thing. It's basically when you have each wall separately, and so they're coming on flatbeds. First of all, it saves you time in money in delivery, because you're not transporting air, and then you can actually deliver it to any building because it's because those are relatively small pieces of yeah. And for example, physically, how do you, for example, put them on like 30th floor or something like this? Yeah. So you put them on top of elevators, if this is the question, right? So
Like putting a capsule
Yeah.
inside an office space.
yeah.
Why not just refurbishing the office space to be looking like a capsule itself?
Of course.
Without building the capsule, bringing it and putting the installation.
100%. So the idea is that through prefabrication, we can save time on production. We can actually control those costs, and we can be ready to adapt the point of concept very quickly. So in order to, and we also are going to save costs on spot on, how do you call it, like assembly, you know? Because like for now, we are planning to produce in Ukraine, where I'm from, and or in other like lower cost production countries. And for example, the cost of production in UK or in US, it's like much higher, you know, and construction costs are much higher and materials are higher and blah, blah, blah. So therefore, you know, this is how we are saving money on the entire process.
Maybe I didn't hear very well, but did you mention the price, the cost of construction of the capsule?
There is a cost of manufacturing the capsule, yes.
So what?
What is the cost?
Yeah.
I don't have the cost yet, you know, because so basically I have, as you can see, like, I mean, 1 second, below, boom, 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 boom. So I don't have like a specific production cost of one capsule yet, because we're now doing like all the construction drawings and actually going to be doing that. So for now, it is calculated based off the construction, let's say, so like construction averages of the country where we go into UK. Yeah. So this number I will have in like a couple of months when we actually finalize the capsule on the actual production and build the first prototype. Yeah.
Okay, because the ADR will depend on your cost.
100%, but it's like like I know that it's going to be like on like one capsule is going to be below $1,000 for one capsule to produce. So it's very affordable in a way, you know.
And second question, you are targeting a fraction on a floor hotel.
Yeah.
Why don't you target the whole hotel and build a strong brand?
I would love to do that, 100%. So basically, when I say that we only take a fraction of hotels, standard hotel floor area, it means that, you know, we can fit like 3 times more capsules on the same floor area than the like usual hotel would put just their rooms. So in the future, of course, I would love to cater like larger quantities and bigger hotel and bigger buildings. Yeah.
Any further questions?
I have another one. So.
Oh, another one.
I think for me it was around. So you basically you become a prefab. I mean, I don't fully understand yet the prefab process. I mean, this itself is a business, right? And then you want to deploy it for hospitality business. I think there, just to create more clarity, but I think it was answered before. But I think the question would be really why not focus on really operate and own potentially, right? I think that's one of the trends where we see in the investment. They actually say like, look, in the last 20 years, most hotels have mostly operate, but now this the desire, and then you can integrate a lot of the ideas you have, technology, community, and everything. So I just I think through again, if there's not, unless you're playing on really this trend of hey. The office space is actually increasing vacancies compared to last 10 years. Yeah. And is that the main space you're backing on?
So I understood correctly, you're saying why not owning buildings and why kind of going into partnerships, yeah?
Yeah, or why going all the way to the prefab and the construction and then operate versus like operate and then own, right? And so are you really backing on this trend of the office space will not recover pre-COVID numbers and there will be a replacement into residential and hospitality? Or?
It will 100%, yes. I already see it like happening. For example, in London, there's a new law since 2023 like of converting existing office spaces without any permits into residential. And like New York is doing the same thing. And so yes, I am putting a lot of strengths on this. But maybe I'm really sorry. Maybe I misunderstood the question a little. But like the idea of the entire thing is that we fabricate those capsules. And so this is a ready-made solution. And our idea is to scale and to actually create the system, the network of pointos all across the world, and and therefore decreasing the ADR. And the idea is basically, to create this network that is going to benefit the traveler, and this is maybe at least my experience because I don't have like a huge experience into buying real estate and stuff. And I know how to manage and I know how to produce, for example. That's why I'm bringing this expertise. And if together with my future partners, we're going to understand that it's better to own and stuff, I'm happy, But this is some expertise that would like to gain from my investors and from my partners.
I mean, just as an addition, for me, just to understand the prefab, then I would do the pitch more the prefab, really to understand the materials and everything, right? That would be interesting then to understand because then it's a different business.
Mm-hmm. I know there's another question, but we have to push on. So I suggest you ask it in this.
Okay, very short, I promise, Vasily. So that was invented almost 50 years ago, and that's still Japan is the country, right, where this model actually exists. I challenge that it's going to be attractive to somebody else, not Japanese by origin, to spend a night in it. What would you say?
100%. No, that's the question.
It was for 50 years. It's still Japan. Yeah. So why are you so sure that will be exciting now for non-Japanese to spend the night?
Quick answer. First of all, it is already attracted not only for Japanese people. When you travel through Japan, which I did extensively, and you see that there are different 9-hour hotels is predominantly used by Japanese, but there are other players that are predominantly used by Europeans and Westerners, and so the trend is that there's no the place in the big cities is not becoming bigger, everything becomes smaller and smaller and smaller, and I feel that there is a trend towards using less space, consuming less, and capsule hotels are all about this. It's about ergonomics and using less in a way. So
I think that wraps it up.
I'm gonna have one. There is no.
We need to.
I know, but I'm here for this. So. There's a company that does exactly this called City Hub.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
Why isn't it in your competitive scale?
I didn't show the competitive scale. So it was.
You showed the competitive.
No. It was like a benchmark. Yeah.
There's a company that does exactly this.
Yeah, City Hub is
exactly the same.
City Hub is a great example, and it's one of my competitors, 100%.
Copenhagen, Rotterdam, Amsterdam.
Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you. All right, things are going to get juicy. And if I can have... oh, no, they're not getting juicy. They're getting juicy after this one. But first they're getting Italian, decidedly. Give it up for Umberto and... up. There we go. Sorry, my apologies. Montesinia.
So how does this work?
Green forward, red backwards.
So this
No,
up.
the big one. The big one.
Ah, the big one.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's all one backwards.
Okay, great. Thank you. Sorry, I'll have to use your table because cold is creating a strange effect on my voice. Okay, good. Thank you. Okay, so Monte Valenza Senior is the first of a series of senior villages in Italy's countryside and a new financial product for Italy. The village taken as a model is Monte Valenza, 4 kilometers from a main town, Valenza, with all the needed services, 20 kilometers for the province, Alessandria, 1 hour from big city, 1.5 hours from an airport. But this model can adapt to any village with similar features. Elderly sector, especially active aging, is a global growing reality. In USA, there are more than 15,000 senior living facilities, 1,000 in France, 800 in UK, less than 20 in Italy. At the same time, the degradation of the rural areas continues to grow, mainly due to urban and foreign migration, putting at risk not only fundamental cultural heritage, but also the economic ones of agriculture and handcraft, which has created the foundation of this country. Monte Valenza Senior wants to be a professional senior village, pioneer in this country, that transform structures in decline, so with a very low price and no market value, into houses and services adapted for senior people who still have an independency level that does not require a specialized facility. Let's have a look to the market. In 2023, there were 88 million seniors in Europe, representing 20% of the population. In Italy, 24 million, they are read right because it's very far there, 14 million seniors, so 24% of the population. We expect this to grow of 4% by 2040. Now, out of these huge potential customers, the target for Monte Senior is retired persons with more than 20,000 euros yearly disposable income. And if we have a look to the senior housing investment, in Germany, it was 1.3 billion euros in 2019-2020. Half a billion in France, only 129 millions in Italy. So what are the greatest needs for seniors? Safe and security, access to health and well-being, integration into the lifestyle, connection with the community they live in. So our project revitalizes villages by creating a safe, integrated and fulfilling environment for seniors. So in addition to the 24/7 security, there will be access to premium services such as concierge, cleaning and laundry services, administration support, transportation, but very important, the possibility to have an active life and community engagement. So in addition to restaurant, bar, active and media centers, sport and wellness facilities, the central office will support financial products for local investment. These financial products, they have to adhere to the philosophy of revaluation of the territory and promotion of the local resources. They have to be sustainable and for the benefit of the community. Some example, a biodiversity park, garden, vegetable and fruit garden, vineyards, wine production, honey production, museum, history, agriculture, jewelry. Valenza is famous for jewelry production, for example, or whatever other idea can come to the guest of the senior village. In rural areas full of history, conviviality, and natural resources, seniors who have more time available can be a key for the revival of this extraordinary cultural heritage. We plan to have 116 units for the first senior village, of 2 different sizes, and 42 months will be the time to go live, so to have the first customers to come in. Sip of water. Sorry. So, our innovative senior village concept combines secure capital investment with an independent operating company to take care of the day-to-day management of activities and the property operations. The central office takes care of the rentals that are mid-long term, mainly until life end or severe health condition. The key facilities could be outsourced to a third-party reliable operators if this contributes to maintain a high-quality service and flexibility on the business. Because from the 3rd year, we expect to open a second senior village, transitioning to a managed model for greater efficiency and scalability. In this model, houses are sold off plan to investors who lease them back to the managing company. The investors benefit of an annual net return between 3 to 6%, independently of the occupancy. The managing company takes care of the regular maintenance, the owner only of the major upkeep, which enable to have hands-off, low-risk investment. Should the investor wish to sell, our partner real estate company takes care of the transition. So, how does this work? Well, on one side, it will make sure that the houses remain, the unit, let's say, remain under the management framework, and on the other side, that is sold at a mutually agreed upon term. So this model offers both stable returns and the potential for a long-term value appreciation, backed by an experienced management team. There's no invention. This model is already used in more mature senior markets. The total investment is 9.1 million euros. So, with more than half of it is renovation, and in this renovation, I include 20% of incentives. Now, this is, I would say, conservative and not final, because incentives change. So the real percentage of the incentive can be determined only in a pre-opening phase, because incentives change every 6 to 12 months, access, number, and so on. So based on the incentives, the equity needs to be between 40 and 60% of the total investment. The rest could be financed by a bank or minor investors. 2 million for properties and land, 1.8 the pre-opening. The economic return before starting operating is 430,000 euros. That will become 3 million after 5 years. If we have a look to the income assumptions, we expect to have 6.3 million after 3 years, 11.7 after 5 years, 65% coming from rentals, the rest from the services. The break-even is 1 million. Profit should reach 6% on the 4th year, 12% on the 5th year, which is what we would consider the maturity of the business. The sales will be done directly by the central office, who will be, as you see, like a brain of the whole structure. The team at the moment is composed by me, 2 architects from the province, 1 brand identity strategy communication agency also from the province, and management consulting company still to be determined. Before starting operating, it's very important to have a market survey somehow to confirm the assumption of the business plan, mainly on the clients, the number of units, and the services provided. In conclusion, some of the key factors. So on the financial side, it's a strong growing market. In Europe, only startup in Italy. Then, with the new business model, there will be a new financial product in Italy. On the social side, new life for villages, thanks to seniors, and accompany a lifestyle change. We expect this to have a high media visibility and social impact, and to benefit of the pioneering effect and the ethic values that it brings. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Any questions?
Thanks for the presentation, very clear.
I've been looking at some ideas in Italy, and I think I'm very curious about the senior living. Why do you think it hasn't really really taken off in Italy? What are the main hurdles? Is it really bureaucracy, which a lot of people also tell me don't do business in Italy? So that would be one question to comment, and then which region would you start first, and kind of what's your preferred asset? Is it like a greenfield or one of those villages which are for sale for $1 or €1 or? Yeah.
Okay, so the first question, the answer could last a long time. But let's say that there is a cultural aspect for sure. Italians have these tendencies to believe that family can solve everything. Today is becoming a dream because families change, people are leaving, there are less and less sons. So let's say the actual statistics are saying that that is the direction. Then there is a little bit of remaining to the senior classic, senior housing, but these are more and more full of very sick people. And there is a problem with that, is that the government cannot subsist that anymore. And they are struggling. So they're struggling to find nurses, they're struggling to find staff. So today we have to think about how to prevent the people to be so sick to come into this senior community. And Italy is starting to be more listening to that. Now, historically, Italy has always come last in this kind of chain approach or cultural changes. If we think about hotel chains, okay, where Hilton and Forte were everywhere, and I remember being here in Italy in Glion in the 90s and having Intercontinental and all this. In Italy, we were with Chiga Hotels, who had no idea what was a chain at that time, just using a lot of money. Now, after a few years, it became a reality. Another thing, fast food. It took time in Italy to start. Now they are everywhere. So, yeah, Italy has some resistance, but when it starts, especially if it starts well, then it goes. And that's one of the big advantages of this country. That's why I think there is a big potential there. Sorry, second question?
The asset type, what would be your tip?
Okay. I mean, yeah. As I say here, here I used a concrete example. Is an example I know well because it's a village where I grew up. So it's easier, but there are really a lot. And during the investigation, so talking with people, I have been approached by 3 mayors already in that region, which is Piemonte, the first region we find after Valle d'Aosta going to Italy, who are very interested, of course, because they don't know what to do anymore. I mean, all these structural costs, and it's a really pity because everything is there. When I was a child, up to 20 years, we had sport facilities, shop, everything was there. Now everything's disappeared. Now, of course, the industry changed a lot in most of this country where before it was an agriculture, handcraft oriented economy. But there is now a trial to return, and there is now a global world is looking at it. So there are the Danish who are starting to come. Germans, for a long time, they have colonized some of the villages in Italy, Americans. So Italy has been colonized all their life and will be colonized probably during all the rest of the history. So the village, the area, I guess probably the best options would be now in the north, especially for the knowledge of the people and the revenue also of the local potential customers. But I would not put myself a limit on the region. So it will depend more on the investor, where would be the interest. Because today, if we had the possibility, because we could start in 15 places, in 20, in 40 places. But I don't think that's the interest. Because still, maybe it's because I'm 57 years old, I'm a bit slow going and take a little bit care on a new product, especially. After the first one, second one, then it can go. Probably, so to answer to your question, I would go more for the north, but depends a lot on the investor. If I find an investor that wants to go in Sicily, more than happy. I love Sicily. So it's really more a question of, it's very fertile. So there are plenty of areas where it could be. And governments are very supportive.
Just following this, the previous question, so since the governments are very supportive, do you believe that there might be the state investment into this initiative?
State, for sure there will be support, let's say more at the regional level, because there are funds that come in. Government, not sure. I'm not very good in politics, so maybe Claudia can help more on that. I don't know, but I'm not very knowledgeable with government. But okay, but yeah, I would say regional, yes. I have already been in contact with the regions. Central government, not sure. Most probably they have funds, so there might be something, yes. Especially on the incentives, I would say.
I have two questions. I have been involved in a hotel brand for seniors. And if you read the market, there are always two challenges to address. And I don't think you address that at the moment. One is very important, how you treat the autonomy of the people. Because these kind of places, we arrive autonomous, and gradually we become dependent. And it's impossible after the social network, the connections and things like that you create during years, you disconnect that people because it's not anymore autonomous. And that is a challenge, really challenge, because that story about the hotel brands and all these kind of things, we have created that hotel brand for seniors. After 10 years, it was senior residences, not anymore hotel. And that become bought by a German operator, senior living residences, not a hotel brand. It's very, very difficult because 10 years later, the people there are 80%, 70% dependent. And the social living space becomes a protected area for dependent people. It's a nightmare, really, in terms of operation. That is the reality. And how you address that. The other thing is, independently of if you are talking about seniors, and we will become seniors, all we, the medical assistance, independently of the grade, is basic. If you don't have that nearby, it will be a problem. Even if the people are all dependent or independent, autonomous, the medical assistance will be very important for that. How you address that in your project?
Okay, to the first of your question, well, for sure you have more experience than I to say that, but the idea here is to have an integrated in the community. So in the community, there is an automatic somehow change and evolution, and for sure, senior villages tendentially are not done for people who are not independent anymore. So the level of independence that today is used, for example, in France, is people who can shower themselves, stand up, walk themselves. So this is a little bit the level of independence that they are looking for, and not need for a continuous health facility. I have to say that in some of the villages I visited in France, let's say that 95% were independent, but there was a 5% that have integrated there, because somehow, I think you rightly said, at the end it becomes a community, and people are ready to support friends. So maybe the sons, the daughters are away, US, Ukraine, like me, or anywhere else, but the friends are there, and they think, well, one day I might be there. So I do believe a lot on this community strength. That's what I lived when I was a child, and we lost it because we like big cities, because we like traveling and so on. But the strength of a village is there, which is difficult to create on a city, on a town, where security is an issue, difficult to control. Like any kind of discipline and management is difficult when you start to have a big structure to control and many people to control. So that is my hope. But of course, I don't know. I hope in 10 years I will be able to analyze more after opening several of those. One of the ideas was to associate to a senior village also a specialized house. So in this village, there is the space and the access to do it. Why not? But in this case, I would go more for a subcontracted. So I think that people who are expert, as you say, people arrive from Germany with the expertise, they know what to do. Okay, so Maybe give support, yes, be part, but not further than that. And sorry, the second question, maybe we talk about that.
Medical assistance.
Medical assistance, yeah. The concept is 4 kilometers from a town, main town with all needed services. Now, in case of Monte is 4 kilometers from a town, 10 there is another one with hospitals, care facility, plenty of medical centers, and of course with 120 people, seniors, it wouldn't be a problem to ask one of these medical centers to open a place there at all, because they would have continuous customer and guest. Because let's not forget, it's 200 senior village clients, but then there are the people on the village. So today there might be 200, so it becomes 500, 600, so very interesting also for these kind of health facilities.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. To you? Sorry.
Thank you very much, Umberto. But now, things are getting juicy. I'm getting that right? Yeah. The old age, you know. I have 2 glasses and I didn't know which ones to put. The one I can see far or the one I can see close, all right? In between here. But welcome to Victor Andre Stabler from Super Juices.
Thank you. Mic check.
Yeah.
How does it work?
Let me click. I have to click through everything again. Sorry, one second.
Give it to.
There we are. Big one, green one, this one. Forward, little red one, backwards.
Oh, yeah. Good afternoon, everyone. I hope I all still have your attention because I know it's long, it's hot, but please bear with me for 10 minutes. Today I will be talking about Super Juices, SARL, which stands for LLC in English. It's a company that I created with my business partner who's standing behind this year. It is based in Geneva, the headquarters, produced, commercialized everything in Geneva. We are 2 in the company. We do everything from A to Z to the producing, labeling, and delivery. And we have 3 main products as of today. It's a lime lemon juice and a super foamer, which is an alternative of egg white. Maybe you have heard of aquafaba. It's something like this. I have put in each table 2 glasses. It's an amaretto mix, one with fresh lime and one with our product for you to try to smell and see the differences, if there's any. So the timeline, very fast. Exactly 1 year ago, we had the idea. Ivan came to me, have a great idea. We both work in the same bar, and you've been spending a lot of money on buying crates. Each week, 6 crates of 4.5 kilos of lime. Half wasted. Sometimes we had to run to buy more. We don't know the demand. We don't know if it's going to be a busy weekend at the bar or not. He was, let me show you a concept, a product that will save you time, money, and effort. And I said, say less, show me, let's do it. So 6 months after, we had the company officially opened, ready to sell the products, ready to commercialize it. In the meantime, we had to do all the testing because we are in Switzerland, a lot of laws and regulation. We had to get it approved by the lab to make it able to sell. And in the meantime, also, we were not just waiting, hoping that we can sell the product. We reached out to a lot of clients, a lot of bars, restaurants, hotels, just prospecting, whatever come, we would say yes. And we had our first client 2 months after. Going to clients, we have 4 main wine. Nowadays, if you're from Geneva, maybe it rings a bell. We have a karaoke bar, one of the best in Geneva. Not because we worked at, but it is true. A real estate, there was a surprising one. 17 people working there. They wanted fresh lemonade for the summer, so they contacted us for us to give them our product. One of the trendiest hotels in Switzerland and growing abroad, Ruby Chain, and the best rooftop bar in Geneva, Rooftop 42. But what it is, the product, it's not just lime and lemon that everyone can do in the kitchen and great. We had to solve a problem, like I said. He saw me wasting a lot of money and time during 2 months by squeezing myself the lime every day for work. And did you know to do 2 liters of fresh lime juice, it takes you approximately 30 minutes. This is by calculating all the single steps that you need to do to say from I start squeezing to it's ready to be served to a cocktail. So imagine 2 liters, you don't do a lot of cocktail, especially if you're rooftop 42 with a lot of clients for 8 hours. You need at least 10 times 20 liters, give or take. So what's the issue with lime and lemon freshly squeezed? After 3 days, it loses all the nutrients. After 3 days in Switzerland, you're not able to serve it to a client or customer legally, HACCP, bad. Inventory management, either you buy 8 kilos because you hope you'll be a busy weekend. You don't know actually, maybe raining. Half of the client don't come, half of the lime to thrown. Quality, weather, season, changes, we don't know how it's gonna taste. Egg, also the problem with egg. Salmonella, the smell, the taste. You say you want an amaretto sour, you're like, raw egg? So we came up with 3 products to fight those issues. So the market, we are based in Geneva, we're very small, we're only 2 today. And it's working great at 2. Obviously, we're here today because we would want to expand greatly and fast. Zurich, Vaud, Geneva, Fribourg, it's our main target so far as of today. This is a fun fact, 5.5 grams per day per person of lime is consumed. Of course, it's not true. Some like lime, others don't, just an average. But what we can see here is that lemon and lime and egg, it's something that it's imported, brought to Switzerland a lot, or produced in Switzerland, and it keeps growing each year. So that brings us to why we did it. Why the competitors? Because we all seen this yellow, bright green juice in Coop, in Migros, that to my personal taste does not taste great. We've seen that, so we're like, let's do this by taking all the advantages that we have and turning their disadvantage in our advantages to put us aside of the competition. And we did exactly the same with the egg white. We have a lot more. It's a trend, it's a niche product, but something that's growing very fast. So we also did the same. We took all the qualities of each of the product that's in the market nowadays, and we turned their disadvantage in our advantage as well. So, my God, a lot of data. The market strategy. So as we see, the compound annual growth rate keep increasing each year for lime, lemon, and egg. It's something that's been steady for multiple years. It's, we believe, and I'm sure if we made through COVID, it will still be steady and growing for the next 10 years. For egg, very hard to do it because we actually don't use egg, but we're selling as an alternative of egg. So how do you do that? We did an assumption. How many cocktails need sour egg, real egg, all the sours, amaretto, pisco, all so on and so forth. How many sold per night? How many bars in those counties, 4 main counties, that give us the number of super former we will need to use. So we have a great penetration rate. We did, in 4 years, we reached our maximum one. We gave each other this, this goal. And we can see that it's going to be growing each year, and all that because the CRDR of those products keep increasing each year. So if it keeps increasing, we're winning. But if it stops increasing, we're still winning. Because if you want to drink your amaretto sour, your margarita, you will always need lime or lemon. Operational margin. We are very proud of this one. And we're not scamming. It's not because it's close to 80% operational margin that we are scamming actually the clients. It's just that it's a product that's not there yet. It's a fresh lime and lemon juice. We have the denomination to call it fresh because we do not pasteurize it. So we can call it fresh. It lasts 4 weeks in the fridge, doesn't lose any nutrients, doesn't lose the taste, doesn't change anything for 4 weeks. And for the super former, it's 3 weeks. This is, as you can see, all the costs of each bottle. So what brings us to, in 10 years, what's going to happen? Well, hopefully. We have a steady growing operation margin. This is something that will always increase or remain the same because, as I said, no matter what happened to the importation production of lime or lemon, any bar in Switzerland, in the world, do need lime and lemon juice to do their cocktail, and those are our target market. So we technically sure 100% that our company will always be there no matter what. From now, what we need, obviously, we're ingrained in Geneva. Obviously, we would love to expand worldwide. So we believe the demand will keep increase, so we can do it on yearly. The global extension, we aim to target abroad, ideally in Europe, the States, growing worldwide, and enhance the profitability. More we sell, the more we can invest in technological equipment. And it's a long-term brand vision. We want to aim Pepsi Cola, McDonald's, Just Do It, all that. We want like super juices as the same standard as them. We also are working nowadays to expand the product, not only to 3. I think we managed to enter the market greatly with 3 products, so we expanded right now to sour mix, clarified juices. Those are like specific terms to the bar industry. You might have heard those terms or not, but it's very important terms for the cocktail making industry. Thank you very much. And if you want to try, you're welcome to try. I know we did in the backstage, so maybe you're scared to try. You can smell also, and maybe by the smell, tell me which one is the fresh lime squeezed or the our solution. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Keep it for now. Any questions?
Thank you very much for the presentation. I have several questions. The first one would be, there are many people who try to create new companies in beverages every year. If you really make it, what is your game in terms of distribution and marketing, which I think are the 2 key ingredients to make it work?
So as of today, it's very B2B. We do everything. We go, we chase the clients. Of course, we cannot do that every day for another year. It's a lot of work, energy, and the return is not that high. A lot of competitors, a lot of people trying, like you said, but we need our work with my business partner and I right now is to convince the clients. Everyone's afraid of change. That's the biggest fear of everyone, human being. Why would I change from my supplier to you? It's the product. We are the only one that can sell a product called Fresh, lasting 4 weeks. The other juices are concentrated juices, so it's not the same. It's 2 distinct products. Concentrated juices has a lot of sugar, water added back. The taste is not anything close to a real fresh lime or lemon juice. Does that answer your question?
Partially.
Yes.
The second question is, of course, how are you going to do in terms of marketing? I'm trying to refer to
marketing. Yes,
a question asked. Christopher asked, are you going to make it sexy? Are you going to make it fun? Are you going to make it bio? Are you going to make it healthy? Are you going to...
So as of today, we are sustainable, that's for sure. Everything that we use is recyclable. The waste generated of creating it sent to those companies in Switzerland to like reuse, fertilization and all. Fun, I don't think so. I mean, I never seen on my Instagram or TikTok a fun video of Migros cup selling a juice. I don't think in Instagram, if you see a juice, you'll just scroll up. It's more about showing the direct benefits of the juice. We're going to go direct to why you should buy the product.
Any more? Nothing on this side?
Oh, it's good.
Are we sure? There's some deliberations.
Just if I can add, if anyone wants to try, we did this morning, it's fresh. We have squeezy bottle of both fresh lime and with solution at the back. If you guys want to try, smell, you're more than welcome to come to me or Ivan and we'll serve you a glass. Yes. Oh, there's alcohol, so watch out. Sorry. It's It's an amaretto sour without the egg. Sorry. Should I mention it?
This is how they get their votes. Right? You ask about marketing, this is how they do it.
There you go.
Now you know, right? Sorry.
Yeah. You just mentioned that there is a lot of waste for the hotels, bars, F&B. Did you measure how much will this save as money with your solution versus their own fabrication?
In Geneva, I'm talking about Geneva, Switzerland, we cannot just throw the waste in any garbage. I know it's not the same in all the world. In Geneva, I'm talking about Switzerland. So they're already not wasting that much because they're already sending away to this fertilization company. But by using ours, we're saving them a lot of time. It's more about the time. We are sustainable. We market as well. We follow the sustainability, not trend, but sustainability way that we want to grow in the society. That's our main thing. Are we doing more than hotels are already doing? There's a lot of waste in hotel, but it's more about the waste that they haven't drunk enough lime juice, we're going to throw it away. We are helping them in that sense that if they haven't sold the lime juice on that day, they don't have to throw it because I will last 4 weeks in the fridge. In that way, we help them. About the peeling, the real fruit, we do exactly the same. We send to the same central at the end of the day. So that we don't help them that much. We help them on not having to squeeze every day more juice because they had to throw it because they didn't know if they would sell it or not.
Any further questions? Yes, no? One more?
Actually, some of the questions were answered, and I understand that you want to position yourself as health conscious, circular, but what I see now in the beverage side is really, and even a lot of the younger segment, it's actually going away from alcohol, right? So, and just a couple of things, and I mean, there's new like drinks like adaptogens, nootropics, and is there any thought around that topic? And
I guess yes and no. Honestly, you can buy the lime also not to mix it with alcohol, like the Relay Say did. They did fresh lemonade for them, the staff during summer, no alcohol involved. You can buy it if you want to do cocktail. You can use it for a Tanqueray alcohol-free gin tonic. You can add it also for mocktails. We don't sell it as take it, it's healthy. We take it as, do you need lime or lemon in your product? We're here for you.
Just one, it's not a question. You are maybe in a very early phase in your project, but you already tested some Horeca channel or not?
Some?
The Horeca channel.
Oh, Horeca. We went to Horeca. We went to other ones as well. We're too early in the stage. That was the feedback we got 4 months ago. They were like, before coming to us, go out there, try, prospect, door to door, send samples. So we've been doing that for 4 months, and it's doing great. We got 4 clients, 2 waiting and 3 next week meeting. So if we can become our own distribution channel without using Dorga, Horeca, Keller, that would be even a better thing for us.
Thank you. Any further questions? No? Then I thank you very much.
Thank you.
Aha. It's not Umberto again. Don't worry. It is actually Michael and Eden. So
Thank
welcome. Green is forward, not green is backwards.
Thank you very much. Hello, everyone. So, hello, everyone. I am here to present you Eden. So, what is Eden? Eden is a hidden paradise. Oh yeah, I have to, I forgot. So Eden is a hidden paradise, an eco-luxury hotel nested in the most beautiful landscape of the world. So as my associate always says, before each big decision in your life, there is a moment of calm. And at Eden, we propose you that. We propose we invite you to recharge your batteries and take a wellness break to break from your daily routine. Sorry. So first, I wanted to show you the context. So with a society increasingly connected, stressed, and trapped in a work routine, the well-being has returned to the heart of customers' concerns. As we can see, the customers are looking to put well-being back at their center of priorities, and there's a real need to disconnect. As you can see at top travel trends for 2025 for bookings and Expedia Group, 67% of travelers are looking for less crowded destinations. And on top travel for Expedia Group in 2025, people are looking for alternative destinations, local experiences, and relaxing trips. And we have seen as well in the past few years a shift of hoteliers to experiential travel. Actually, customers would like to the experience be in the front of their journey in a hotel, and we have seen this as like major players like Alman and Benman emphasizing exclusivity, and we have seen new emergence of accessible luxury hotel like 25-hour hotel, Cuco, and Citizen M that also emphasize new values. And as we can see also on the glamping market is already huge. In 2020, it reached 2.73 billion euros in revenue. And is going to reach in 2028 5.41 billion euros in revenue with an annual growth of 14.1%. And we have seen that already in 2023, 15% of hotels are already investing in this sector, and then by 2030, 30% of travelers will choose unique or glamping accommodations. So now let me present you our teams, the faces of Eden. So firstly, my partner Elliot, which is with us here today. So Elliot is the head of development. He worked for many years in real estate. He started an internship at ONF, the French organization for the forest. And then he started to rent his first apartment at the age of 14. And then after his studies, he did many projects in real estate in France. So he has a perfect vision for development and to find the perfect location. And also, so Elliot has a perfect vision to find the perfect location. And for me, myself, the head of hospitality, I have to make this location a beautiful destination. So for myself, after doing my studies in Glion in 2013, I've worked in hotels for many years, doing all the jobs in the hotels. And after I worked almost 7 years at Expedia Group, where I learned a lot about innovation and I became expert about distribution. So I had the chance to travel around the world to discover new experiences and discover different types of service and cultures, and met a lot of people that today some of them are our partners. So we have different partners like Logan, our hotel strategy manager, David Paquet, who is an expert of implementing glamping project in France and making sure they are feasible. Victor, our financial advisor. We also have Yorick, our hotel and funding advisor. And we also have partners in marketing like Quentin Rouge and Mathieu Salvin. So now let me explain you what is the Eden project. It is the moment you all been waiting for. So Eden creates eco-luxury lodges that are integrated into nature, emphasizing local culture and offering transformative experiences. So we aim to offer a full hotel service to offer the guest a luxury experience while immersing them in the beauty of nature. And so also we all want in each location that we find to offer the local offer to, like, from farm to table dinners, to work with local producers, to do cooking classes, to offer a lot of experiences from the region. Our core missions at Eden is to transform amazing location into unique destinations. So here are our core pillars that emphasize that. So firstly, our first pillar is unique destination and local identity. So in each location that we are looking for authenticity of the place, respect and harmony, to have an immersion, to feel like that we can immerse in this location, and to have a perspective. Our second pillar is sustainable luxury and eco-consciousness. So we want to offer the luxury experience, but not at the cost of the environment. And last but not least, well-being. At Eden, we want to offer spaces so people can reconnect themselves and be immersive with immersive treatments. So at Eden, we are not here to create a standard experience that already hotels are doing. We aim to tailor each lodge to the specific character of the destination that we will create. So we aim to create destinations around the world, and so this is why we position ourselves not at the top of the luxury. We want to offer luxury, affordable luxury, but not at the top. But as we can see already here, it's also a kind of a benchmark, because we can see already that there's already lodges all around the world, but mainly there's only one brand, or some with four or five domains. So we want to be internationally, first to start in France, then go internationally. So of course, we need to have a state-of-the-art online booking system. So with of course a Eden Book, a user-friendly reference booking site available in multiple languages, create also exclusive offers like romantic stays, seminars and retreats, so that we can have a fully occupied lodge all year round, to work with PMS and CRM tools to personalize as much as we can the guest journey, and smart doors, so the guests can self-check-in whenever they want, because the luxury is to be able to go whenever you want at your place. And also, we need to have a fully controlled distribution. So how are we going to do that? We aim to have a 70% direct sales through word of mouth with a high satisfaction rate, through influence marketing, because we are going to offer an Instagrammable activity and work with our marketing partners to offer press releases and public relations. We are going to also work with our MICE team and corporate sales team to organize seminars and corporate events. And of course, we are going to personalize as much as we can the guest journey, in order for that to preserve our margins. And of course, we're going to work with MBIB and others for indirect sales. So here are some prototype of lodges that we work already with our architect, Isabelle Stanislas. And here are some more. You can see we really want to be in the middle of the nature. And here are already places that we are already secured and that we are working on in France and internationally. And our first secured location is here in Normandy, just between Deauville and Honfleur, in Cricbeuf. And here is a little video of the location. So as you can see, it's just direct access to the sea with different cabins already there, and we can have a lot of places to add more cabins. We aim to just upgrade the place to be a luxury, and you can see there's a magnificent view on the Port of the Havre. So our milestone, we create our company already 2 years ago. We already have the first one of raising our money to create our brand, a strong brand Eden, and we secured our first opportunity just 1 week ago, and then to the one in Normandy, we are secured our funding, and here is our projected revenue for the next 5 years. So starting with 2 lodges, to open our first 20 lodges property in year 3, and to open 1 internationally in year 5, to finish with a 6 million revenue. So thank you very much for your attention, and I'm all here for your questions.
Questions?
Can I?
Yes.
I didn't follow your business plan.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Because
no,
I can show you.
No, but
so here.
you don't have that there. What is the number of cabins in average to create a resort, if we can talk about that? The hotel concept you are talking about. It's not just cabins.
Yes. So we aim to have in each location 20 lodges per location. But first, we wanted to, it really depends on the area, and that we are going to work on the location that we find. Because, for example, the first one that we are working on, as you can see, we do not want to have lodges on lodges on lodges. We need to have our own space. So, for example, on this little piece of land, we can only put on a maximum 4 lodges, and it's already feasible, and because it's a very attractive area. And of course, if we go to a less attractive area, we will need more lodges to reduce our operating cost.
But how you create the sense of place with 2 cabins or 4 cabins?
Yeah.
Where is the common areas? Where are the?
Well, we don't need. So, for example, for this one, we don't need common areas because the common areas will be within the lodge. Because for this place, for example, the people will enjoy the beauty of the place and just being by themselves. Because sometimes people, when they book those type of accommodation, they only book it for 1 or 2 nights. So they want to enjoy as much as possible the lodge that they reserved.
But in the beginning of your presentation, you told us you will give an experience of full hospitality. How
Yes.
you will do that? Room only?
But for this exact location, yes, room only is actually, I would not say it's like a luxury Airbnb, and even luxury Airbnb today offer a full luxury hotel experience, like a chalet in Courchevel or a chalet in Val d'Isère. They all have the service of a hotel, being only in 1 chalet, and they don't have common areas.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
It's a concept, yeah.
Any further questions? Yes.
Yeah,
please.
so what is different in your concept, different from luxury sector of Airbnb, for instance?
So our concept is to be immersed into nature, to find locations like this that we do not aim to, like Airbnbs, to create a huge space, like a 1,000 square meter a chalet or something like this. We aim to really create small cabins with a full, but like 30 to 40 square meters cabins with full hotel experience, full room experience, like a hotel of a 4 or 5 star hotel room within a cabin, and also offer all the nature that they have, like experiences in the nature. Like we do activities in like a botanic garden, an amazing garden, to work with local experiences. We really want in each location that we find to work with the locals to provide a unique experience. So this is how we're going to work. We're not only going to work with what we bring to the location, we work with the location itself, with the people around it, so we can create something unique with them.
Any further questions?
The restaurant, the eating, the drinking, is that all in the
Yeah, so this is also a main thing that people are asking us. So this is also with local offers, like for example, from farm to, as I said, yes, in the presentation, farm to table dinners. So working with like local producers and be able to work like with a panier picnic with local projects that are already sealed.
Sort of a Deliveroo.
Exactly, but high-end Deliveroo, like always made pre-made stuff, and also work with restaurants that locally that would need that extra money, for example, and say, okay, we have beautiful cabins. Those people would like an exceptional dinner, and something. And we always ask maybe to reserve 24 in advance for this type of dinner.
Any further questions? Yes.
Yes, maybe just one question.
Yes.
You mentioned your competitors that there is already many initiatives like this. Yes.
This one?
No.
The
design.
So
because
this is prototype of lodges.
Yeah, and the one just after.
Lumipod?
Yeah. What is the name again?
Lumipod.
Lumipod.
It's a French brand that designs those cabins that work with us, yes, for that.
Exactly. So I do know the Lumipod. So I know the average price of how much does it cost to develop a Lumipod lodge? How much will it cost to develop yours?
Yeah. So we put here 200,000 per key. So here, our overall investment is 200,000 per key for a fully equipped lodge with a spa connected to water and electricity. Because the average price for Lumipod is like 100,000 to 150,000, but without spa and not connected to electricity and water. And so we have to, to facilitate everything to put this electricity and water, and spa, of course, costs a lot of money.
One simple question on.
Wait, it's not working. Yeah, I think it's working now.
Was it working?
Yeah, try it again.
Does it work? Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
One question on development.
Yes.
Many things. I think my question is for your partner as well. Can you please tell me more about the development, how easy it is to find these places? And the second question behind the question is, of course, no, of course.
No.
Of course, and the question is, how easy is it to find the places? And the second is, you want to put all your hotels in protected places, I guess, or most beautiful places. We're here to protect the nature. I don't know if there's a contradiction in building hotel rooms.
There is a. It's working.
If not, use that one.
Thank you.
This one.
It's working. Perfect. Thank you. So thank you everyone to be there. So the development is very hard in this business because we are working in end zone, and so we get to have really close relation with the mayor, with the people, all the politics, and to put stakeout, to put permission of construire, permis de construire. Sorry for my English.
Permit.
And yes, that's why I choose that first place, because it's really in the nature. You don't listen at the bird, at the sea, and it's really fantastic. And here we can do what we want on this place. So this is fantastic because the mayor told me, Elliot, you can do what you want. I just don't want to hurt you too much. So I will don't put the party of 2,000 people. The song, we are creating too a second brand, who is Hidden Home. And because the developing is really long, we are in 5 projects. It's take 5 to 6 years to change the PLU, to make the commission and everything. Everyone is telling yes and things is not moving. So I'm fighting every day with them. But my first job was in real estate promotion immobilière, so I know them really well. I know how to do to get my point.
So this is why I partner with him, because he's very good at this. He knows all the things.
Yeah.
So like,
there is a lot of things, particularly in France. The market is really difficult, and but it's time for me because when the market is difficult, I know how to do. I know how to go. I know how to negotiate now. I began some negotiation at like for Courchevel at 7 million. Now I'm 3.7 million to buy the thing. So I know how is the market, how to go, where could to go, and this is all a question about timing too, and to find a good place. And it's really. Our brand is really a question about love. Is putting love to clients, putting clients in a, life is so short. Like look at the time. The time is going. The time is going. We want to stop the time. We want 0, 0, 0. People stay, close their eye, breathe. I need to breathe, I think, and just relax and put love. And we are doing love in our business. We are working with people who love their business too. We are all a team who love what they do. So we're gonna kill the market. I'm sure about it, and I'm really happy. Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you very much. The next one's a bit different.
Sorry. Did you know that less than 1.5% of the disability is on wheelchair? My name is Roger Obeid, founder of John Hospitality. John Hospitality mission is to provide. Sorry, how does it work?
Sorry.
Sorry.
We rehearsed that only very briefly, you see.
I'm so sorry.
The big green one is
Oh, okay.
that little one is
Thank you. So sorry. Yeah. Back. John Hospitality mission focus on providing easy tool to include the disability as workforce in the hospitality industry. The inclusion is not a matter of charity. It is a must. The UN 2006 vote and the 2030 SDGs oblige authorities, private and public sector, to move on and to comply with. Despite severe laws, a lot of constraints still are facing the people. Number one, the recruiter and the disabled are afraid to get close to one another. From one side, the recruiter think badly that the disability, the physical disabled, is a permanent illness, a source of cost and constraint. On the other side, the disabled are not aware and nobody told them about the activities they can achieve. Joint hospitality is the solution. We tackle 3 independent components completing each other. The software, by matching remaining abilities of the disabled with the job description we have in our hospitality. Number 2, the hardware, by transforming any working zone to inclusive zone. Number 3, the training, by training both parties. Our set of devices is backed by a passionate team, expert in disability and in the hospitality, with a lot of international network. Our products are easy to use, flexible, and low cost. Our project is scalable, eco-viable. We have international recognitions and awards, and the impact is at macro and micro level. The business model, our revenues are based on the 3 key pillars we just noticed now, and our best environment. Sorry, I forgot to mention one point. I'm so sorry. How can we go back to the? Sorry.
Just press the red.
I think there is a missed slides, or?
That I wouldn't know.
Yes, there is one missed slides. There is one missed slides. I'm going to give you by heart. I'm so sorry, huh?
Okay.
The market about the disability and the hospitality. Number one, the demand, the offer. The offer, we have a market of 12 to 15% of the human population, 1.2 billion persons into disability. 80% hide it, less than 1% on wheelchair. The unemployment in the disability is 2 to 3 times more than the non-disabled community. The demand, the hospitality industry in 2023 is a 4.7 trillion market. 1 in 10 person in the world working to the hospitality. It's 350 million persons, and the turnover is very high. It is 60 to 75% of turnover. We talked about this. Our business, the model of the inclusion is based on 2 models. The reactive one equal the mandatory one, and the proactive one equal the Citizen Act one. And the budget regarding disability is by billions of dollars per year per country as welfare. Our business model is based on the 3 key pillars, and the best environment is the reactive country. The first one is the software. We went for the freemium one with open budget or open free access to the people with disability. One insert is $99, and the subscription per month is $499. Regarding the hardware, it's a kit set ready done. We'll see it now. It's at $2,800, and the training is invoiced by program. Our source of inspiration and journey is based on years of volunteering with a disability. It's resulted in starting with the first professional inclusive educational kitchen, then years of R&D and PhD. We went to the software. The proof of concept is already done. Our next steps are, number 1, to move to the MVP matching with AE. Number 2, to acquire paying clients. Number 3, to establish partnership with the key players and to consolidate hardware and training. The market is global and very large. We'll go first to the hospitality market, prime market, considering that we'll move after to other professions. Our aim and fixed parameter is to work on the inclusivity by enhancing the market trust, building alliances with our large key people, and promote via our trade shows, events, and win-win programs, and finally educate via hospitality academies, webinars, and study cases. The team is the best ever team regarding such a project. We have exceptional 2 people in our team, Anthony and Ayad. They are physically disabled, and they know a lot about the challenges this community is living. We are very grateful for their effort. Regarding our projections, we are very conservative in our projections. 1, complex the fixed cost and allocate a lot on outsourcing equal variable cost. For the year 1, we have high cost, of course, for the launching expenses, R&D, sales marketing, low sales, high deficit. In the year 2, we have an improvement or 4 to 5 more time in the revenues, and increase 35 to 40% in the cost, finally a deficit. In the year 3, we expect to have a $1-2 million sales, increase 70% in our cost, and of course, a profit. Our founding goal, on a very conservative way, we want to manage our 3 key pillars by, number 1, concentrating on a balanced management and a healthy cash flow. The reason the found goal is going to be just to cover the 18 first months of operation, which is more or less considered about $375. Finally, Join Hospitality is the holistic and sustainable project by excellence. On a macro view, we are shifting people from welfare to be independent citizen taxpayers. On a micro view, the operators are getting a lot of advantages by getting familiar to the disability. The challenges are, number one, the aging population. Somebody mentioned about it. The aging population, it is a major challenge in the future front of the house operator. Number two, the restrictive laws regarding inclusion, major challenge regarding back of the house administration and human resource. And number three, the shortage of personnel. By opening to a new pool of neglected people an unlimited field of work. Trust me, the inclusion is the best retention for your personnel. In conclusion, I would tell you, help us in our vision, help us to do the inclusion, number one, and the hospitality, the first inclusive industry in the world. Help us in turning your ROI in ROI square, and the formula is so easy. It is return on investment, time return on inclusion. Thank you very much.
Excellent. Any questions? Take it away.
Maybe they are impressed. Yes, please.
Wait, take the mic.
First of all, thank you so much for your presentation. I think it's very important. I understand at personal level of how many disabled people are there, like living in a country of war. How do you plan? Because it's still a business, but how do you plan to advertise this to the like hotel and businesses? And I guess question number two: are you planning on working with some governmental funds and stuff like this?
Okay.
Thank you.
The question is very interesting at the global. Number one, we are talking about global, but I mentioned that I will go to restrictive countries. What do I mean by restrictive countries? It is where they oblige you to do the inclusion. I take a very easy example. We had French now doing their speech. In France, we have the law called 6%. Meaning over 20%, you are obliged to have a certain percentage of per person with disability. Meaning, now in France, if you don't do it, you have to pay per person, not included, 400 hours time 11 euros, I think, meaning about 4,000 euros per year if you don't include. Attention, it increases with different levels, etc. Meaning we are servicing the hotelier as first. Number two, I am in two international associations. I couldn't have time to talk about it. I'm in the Food Service International a consultant association worldwide, and in the Rehabilitation International, also I'm in the Commissioning Education Commission. Meaning these two are working hard to work on the inclusivity, and they have connection. Number three, because I give you the example of Saudi Arabia. I think that you are aware about the Saudization. Saudization meaning in the 2030, the Saudi Arabia country is going to limit the visas, etc. If you include one Saudi citizen as disabled, it's equal to 4 Saudi non-disabled. For your visa, imagine a Hilton or a Sheraton with 20 disabled persons that are getting 80 visa plus. Do you understand me? I hope I answered your question. Yes. Thank you.
Anything from the jurors? If not, there is one more.
The jury, they don't want to ask.
Wait, we can do this one first, and then we'll...
So I don't have so much of a question. I wanted to witness, as being the CEO of a French company that hires 3,000 employees, colleagues. This tax that you've been talking about represents more or less 500,000 euros per year. So in France, you've got the choice. You can either pay to the government that 500,000, or you can use them to people like you, to people that like these jobs. And what we have done, because we're an industry that lacks staffing, what we've done is we've used your expertise of different agencies that are capable to come in our restaurants and adapt the workstation to different kinds of handicap. And that's where I think you make a difference on a society. Absolutely.
I will tell you a lot about it. The Jesuit University called me in 2002, and they asked me to design for them, to launch the educational hospitality management. Of course, I had two hats to wear. The number one was to help them in the programs, because I do a lecture at university. The number two is to design all the working areas. And I told to the French priest, I told him, Father, we are going to do it inclusive. The guy asked me, what do you mean by inclusive? I told him, meaning opening to any person with disability or any model. He said, I don't have the money. I told him, don't worry, it will not cost anything. In fact, I thought that by contacting the Norway chapter, because I am very close to Norway, Sweden, I'm Canadian. I contacted all these consultants. The answer was zero, Roger, we don't know anything. I said, okay, it's a challenge. I promise I'm going to do. Look at this table. We are all in the business. Huh? It is a stupid table with wheels, right? And with a pin here. I don't know if you can see the pins. Anyway, it's telescopic legs, meaning I'm gaining the horizontal and the vertical. There is still one point. I have a lot of modular tools I can put on the table. Still, there is the electromechanical problem to solve. This column, and I put a lot of this, it's like your today milestone in the streets when you plug your car, your electric car. I did it in the kitchen in 2002, and until today, no accident. I did it in the different other places, and it's working very well. It's a cheap. If I go to the deaf and mute people, I opened the first restaurant operated by deaf and mute people. You'll tell me the problem with the communication, how much it costs. I will tell you €5.50. I'm playing on the words. Why? I think that all of us have a broken mirror at home. Huh? I'm going to play the game now if I have time. I am a barman, sorry. I am a barista turning my back, working. And you are the clients, and the waiter is here to take my orders. Number one, when we get the order, if I am deaf mute, I'm not going to hear the printer. If we put a flashing light on the printer, it is solved. Number two, I am the barista deaf, and my friend is deaf also. Turning my back, doing my orders. He's coming to pick up the orders first. Unless he hits me or send a bomb, I cannot understand. By putting just a mirror at €2, like when you drive your car, you solve the problem. Okay? Number three, by working with these people, I discovered that they are the best waiters in the world, barista in the world, because they communicate by sign. And we all learned at Glion that you have to communicate. I had Mr. Peklar, I adored him, this guy. And Mr. Peklar used to tell us, as soon as you have the first guest, nobody would speak in the room. And in fact, these people, they do deal with each other, no mistake, and it works so well, meaning we are gaining through them the best waiters. Of course, it's not easy to convince the people about it, but we are working on it.
One more question here.
Thank you. It's maybe rather an example to Vasily's comment that it's still business. I would say that hospitality sometimes go ahead before the governments of the states. And a good example of this business model, absolutely vital and profitable, is Ilunion hotels in Spain. And out of 1,800 employees, 51 are with disabilities in this chain. So I just recently had the honor of meeting the business development manager, and it was absolutely amazing. Actually, that's their selling point, that staying at their properties, people, guests, they feel better people, you know, because, yeah, they give employment to people with special needs.
And the last advantage that we've noticed, to give you some figures, is that in each restaurant where we had handicapped teams, staffing, we actually had 20% less turnover. I'll let you think why.
I have your first slide.
I think so. It's a great pleasure.
Some commission will apply.
I'm open. I want just to tell you, when I talked about promotion, it takes a lot of time to convince people. I did in 2023 about 12 B2B international conferences, and people, what changed all the rules now, the Paralympic Games in Paris. It boosted everything. I have the German chapter now, they called me. They want to work on it, about the consultancy, German chapter. I will be at the CIRA on a booth to Tournus, if you know them, the Tournus group. They asked me to be there and to do 2 conferences per day about the inclusion, etc. And I have another one in Dubai also thinking about it, meaning it takes time, but now we are getting better on the track. Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Excellent, excellent. Emma on, yes. So we all know that in hotels, when it comes to guest staying, okay, the last touch point is often the most important, and we have reached almost to that point. Okay, last but not least, I am happy to welcome Claudia from Horeca Jobs. Oh, sorry.
Thank you.
Forward, backwards.
Okay. To go ahead?
Forward.
Yeah, okay.
Backward.
Okay. Can you hear me? Yes. Okay. All right. Hello, everyone. My name is Claudia Ferrero, and I'm thrilled to share with you our vision of transforming recruitment through innovative AI technology. First of all, everybody is familiar with the acronym HoReCa, right? Okay. For those who are not, it simply means hotels, restaurants, catering, cafes. Now, let me ask you 2 quick questions. In your opinion, how long does it take to fill a position in this industry? Unfortunately, up to 3 months. And second question is, what is the percentage of the positions that remain unfulfilled after all? How much? Almost 30%, unfortunately. As a matter of fact, hospitality faces significant hiring challenges. More than a half of the companies struggle to find staff, and turnover, especially in restaurants, is up to 60%. So what has been doing management so far? Spend more money in recruitment and job post. That is why this market is experiencing tremendous growth globally, driven by the demand for digital hiring solution. The market is booming everywhere. HoReCa Job is designed to capture this opportunity by offering a tailored, innovative solution for the specific needs of hospitality. So HoReCa Job is an AI-driven matching recruitment platform. As the majority of job offers are tailored to blue-collar workers, such as dishwashers, waiters, barmen, etc. So people that even today still struggle to present a decent resume. That's why we decided to have a completely disruptive approach. So we decided to train a chatbot that conducts interviews and matches candidates for the best fit role. So instead of relying on traditional CVs that normally are incomplete or updated, we simply get this information through an online conversation and provide all the data that recruiters need directly on their phone. So the result is a complete profile, a great new candidate experience, and a better match between recruiters and candidates. So here is how it works. Candidates are guided through a chat on their phone that asks relevant questions regarding their background and the requirement for the role. This chat is not only a pre-screening tool, but it's a way to gauge a candidate's true fit for the role. At the same time, recruiters, through the chatbot, can create and post the job offers that are automatically matched with candidates that have the right skills and interest. Our technology ensures that either candidates or recruiters can see their top matches. For recruiters, Oreca Job displays a ranked list of candidates that have the right skills in order to be easier than to find the right ones to go on with the interviews. But for candidates, it shows a list of relevant jobs only if they have reached at least 70% of compatibility. This dual matching system is our unique selling proposition, designed to save time, reduce hiring costs, and improve the overall quality of hires. But let me introduce our fantastic team. We are a group of senior professionals, all with decades of experience in their own field, hospitality, as myself, of course, human resources, marketing, and technology. This mix of expertise allows us to better understand and address to the specific needs of hospitality. About competition, Oreca Job stands out because it goes beyond the idea of just a job board or a recruitment tool. In Italy, most of the solutions are either costly job boards or generic platforms. So Oreca Job instead combines the ease of a job board with the depth of an AI matching system, specifically designed for hospitality. We have a subscription-based service with 4 different plans: free, ristretto, espresso, and frappuccino, all offering unlimited chats, job posting, and screening options. This tiered approach allows us to cater a large variety of clients, from the small run family business to large chain, making sure that we provide value across the spectrum. In addition to subscriptions, we may count also on assessments, consulting activities, recruiting events, and partnerships. This diversification allows us to maximize our revenue potential, as well as to remain agile and flexible to the market needs. Our roadmap is ambitious but realistic. This year, we launched a beta version of our platform, and we already gathered significant feedbacks that will allow us to launch version 1.0 shortly. Next year, we will focus more on going to the market and create a large community of candidates, thanks to the raise of €500,000. Then in 2026, we intend to scale up the Italian market, but of course, our main goal is to internationalize. So that's why we will plan to get another raise of €1.5 million, and then reach the major European markets and scale, and eventually think about an exit in 2029. We already hit some promising milestones. In particular, we are very proud of one partnership with IDEA Management because we will be able to enrich our platform with one of the first assessment tests specifically designed for operational staff in hospitality. We think that this will give us a great value not only to our members but to the whole community. Here is a quick snapshot of our funding and financials. We already secured a couple of important grants and loans. However, they mainly covered the tech part, such as the platform and the AI algorithms. That is why we are asking now for €500,000 in order to cover mainly marketing investments and people development. We think that a record job, we think that all connection matters, not only between candidates and recruiters, but also between innovation and human potential. We think that by combining technology with the people-first approach, we are not creating just a platform. We are creating a community where talent and opportunity can meet seamlessly. So I thank you very much for your attention, and I stay at your disposal for any questions. Thank you.
Any questions? Now would be a good time.
Or having a drink.
You can try use it. Don't distract them now.
Okay. Congratulations, I think you have a good idea.
Thank you.
But some questions. How you protect your learning model platform from other players to reply exactly the same?
Because as I mentioned earlier, we will go on to create new services in addition to what we have. We are not stuck just with the chatbot or the AI algorithms, because we know that competition is very high. Therefore, we need to go further and offer new services, such as, for example, the assessments that we are going to offer, which is a new thing especially for operational people, because we are used to have assessments tests just for the higher level management, CEO, etc. But nobody think about having these kind of things for operational staff and for hospitality, which are the most common ones, to hire.
And the second question is, have you defined how you control the quality or the follow-up about the posts that you fulfill and after?
Yeah.
What's happened after?
We have a tracking system in our platform where we can follow all the data that we are retrieving in our platform, so we can see which is the feedbacks from either parts. So, for instance, we can see how people are engaged in interviews after the screening session, or we can see if the candidates liked the offers that we will send them. So
I'm talking about 6 months later, 1 year later, that you have established some idea about how you follow that. After the recruitment, 6 months later, the people is still in job or not? Try to understand the quality of that matchmaking you are doing.
Yeah, well, we cannot control the whole process because we are just a screening platform. Okay, so then it's up to the employers to see what are the best candidates for them. We just give them a suggestion, and this is what AI can do, because it can retrieve a mass of data and therefore give suggestions.
That means your ideas stop in the marketplace at the
Yes.
end. Okay.
Right now, yes. Maybe in the future we will figure
Thank you,
out
thank
other.
Claudia, question. How are you
There, use the microphone, please.
How are you solving your chicken and egg issue?
Chicken egg?
Yeah.
I don't know what
You have
does it mean.
two clients.
Uh-huh.
You need to target two types of clients: your
Yes.
your typical employer and your employee, potential employee.
Yeah, the candidates.
Yes,
Mhm.
and obviously it's a marketplace,
Mhm.
and so there's a balance of you launching, having a certain number of suppliers and a certain number of employees,
Mhm.
so that both of them will find interest in using your platform. So obviously you will need to market to both.
Yeah, they have to grow at the
How-
same time.
How are you going to do that?
Well, we're already doing some campaigns in order to recruit new members in our community, and that's why we are looking for this amount of money, to reinforce these campaigns. But at the same time, every time we also use Horeca Job as an employer branding tool, because the platform release a link that you can publish everywhere you want. So could be social media or your website page or a job board, okay? So every time a person answered that job offer, automatically goes inside our community and start being a member. So this is either way we can get a new new candidates using the job offers that our clients are publishing.
One more here.
Claudia, very interesting initiative and very necessary, I think. Just a quick question. GDPR compliance, is that an issue for you?
Yes, it is, but we called for expert in order to follow all the GDPR rules, and because otherwise you are not compliant, therefore you cannot commercialize this kind of tool. So
How do you share the information?
no, okay, the candidates, before answering all the questions, they are submit all the laws, rules, and they give us the permission to retrieve their data. But then once they are inside, we have a special way to prevent issues such as phishing or others, because you don't see people don't have a overview of what's going on. It's personalized. So, for instance, every candidate they not get a mail with a long list of offers, but they just see, or they don't see even the offers. They just get whatever it's more compatible for them. It's a sort of Tinder, but professional one.
Yes, please.
I saw that you had different revenue streams, consultancy and then tech, which is project to be the biggest, right? Have you thought about really focus on consultancy and then build tech as you go along?
Actually, we are doing a lot of consultancy right now, because the world has changed very fast in the last 3-4 years. And all the companies, they didn't realize that now workers have a different approach with reference to their career, their job, their life, etc. So now it's them that they are choosing the companies where to work, and it's not the contrary. So all the paradigms are completely changed, and so we have to teach companies that now they have to be visible, attractive, and work on employer branding, talent attraction, acquisition, and retention.
But are you saying your consultancy jobs are so many that you feel you need tech, or now you want to build tech?
No.
Just to build tech? Because, I mean, what I'm getting to is like, I helped or succeed building a consultancy business at a decent scale, right? But I failed doing a tech business in the same industry, right? And I'm just saying maybe it's better to do a consultancy business and then tech enabler it, right? Than
we think that they should go together, because I worked, for instance, in hospitality for over 20 years, and I always used tech for my processes, for instance. And I always, and then after 2020, I decided to go for consultancy in digital transformation. And what I noticed is that it's not just a tool that you introduce into a process, but you need to learn and you need to be able to transform your process. And if you transform it, you have to know which are the opportunities that this new concept will get you. So you need a consultancy. I mean,
but could you scale the consultancy still? That's my actual question. Or if it
yes, of course, because otherwise you don't go.
All right.
One last one.
Please. No.
Don't have a fight.
I just have a question. I have this feeling that being in the hospitality industry and mainly in restaurants, there's something inherent. I mean, okay. I'll tell you more later. But what I'm trying to say is that I get the feeling that there's something inherent to the change of personnel. There seems to be a rotation. Can you please just give me an idea of how you think AI will help select a better
That's
person?
That's a big chapter. I'm going to talk tomorrow in Florence in another conference. You should come over.
With pleasure.
Okay, AI can already help HR in many different fields and levels. Of course, for screening and selection is the more developed, but AI can help also for example, in training. By analyzing all the data that we have on our co-workers, we can know which are the skills and the hard skills and what are lackness, so we can create a training program personalized, and in addition to the metaverse and the immersive training, for instance. Then we can use for welfare or benefits program. Again, if we know exactly what are the needs and the aspirations of our co-workers, then we can provide them the better instruments, the better support. Also, we are now in a phase where HR should become people analytics. So more and more collect data and then retrieve this data and use AI that is capable to calculate a big amount of data and then make a suggestion or forecasting, for instance, the turnover. So we know already in advance how many people will go out, and so how many people we will need to have it back. So. And more other.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Almost time for the online voting, but just almost. Before we kick off the online voting, the judges are then going to go away and be very judgy. Winners will be announced at 7. But before all of that, I'd like to welcome Manu Sola, the Glion Campus Director, to stage to
say a few words, I guess.
Say a few words, I guess, yeah.
Thank you.
You have a mic, yeah?
Yeah, I have a mic. Thank you very much. I didn't come with a pitch. I didn't make it to the finals, but anyway, I think it's a great opportunity for me to meet the ancien de Glion, as recently appointed campus director for Glion in Switzerland. A bit of background about me: I come from hospitality education. I did graduate from hospitality education and also worked within universities of this type. But it's truly an honor to be part of the Glion heritage. Obviously, I did know a lot about Glion, and I met a lot of people throughout my career in Glion. And today, I'm happy to be part of this incredible team that we have on campus. Exciting things are coming up as well for Glion. First of all, we have been recommended for a Swiss accreditation, which is something that we very much look forward to, that really elevates our academic offer. The team here, I'll say a few words about the team in a while. I think that's a great opportunity for us to move forward. The incredible portfolio of academic offers that we're also launching, be it luxury, be it the hospitality, be it real estate or the masters, really tapping into all of the markets. That it's not about Glion offering talent to the industry, but it's actually we're becoming part of the conversation of what the industry needs to become. And I think that is a beautiful opportunity that we definitely need to let's say, to seize. Industry-wise, I mean, Jackie Lutz is here as well. I think it's incredible the relationship that we have been really covering with all the companies that are coming to recruit, and also the relationship in terms of program development. So, I'm here for, I started in September, but as Ms. Jacqueline Moore said, I'm being Glionized little by little and learning a bit more about the spirit. So exciting to be here. Second of all, I do want to thank the Alumni Association. Christopher, I just met you recently, but I look forward to speaking a bit more with you. And really thank you for this incredible opportunity. I was available, fortunately, to be here throughout the whole pitch. Incredible opportunities. I thought he was going to tell me the secret ingredient to the lime, but he didn't spill the beans. So, very inspiring, and I think very much in line with what the industry is looking for. I think they're incredible minds. But for me, what was really mind-blowing was the different ages and graduation dates. We have very recent graduates to people that have graduated a long time ago. So that's also really, really nice to see that the innovation and entrepreneurship spirit is within everyone at Glion. It's not me to say thank you to the jury, but I think you've also endured the whole afternoon with everyone. I think everyone's expecting to see who will come out the winner. But I do also want to acknowledge the marketing team with Francine and her team that really put an incredible job behind everything. Thank you, Francine, and of course the operations team and everyone that's going to be serving dinner. It's always a pleasure to have Les Anciens back to their campus. I'm sure you haven't been here, or you have been here in a while, but maybe some changes have come up, and I look forward to maybe in the next coming years a bit more improvements, changes, and better synergies, and I think that's also part of the conversation with Les Anciens. So thank you very much. Have a good afternoon.
Thank you. And it is now time for the online voting. You can either go to menti.com and enter 5192, or you can just scan the QR code and enter 5192, and then you can vote. You have 3 minutes to do so. Yalla, go. And those who have pitched, you can take a picture of this and send it very quickly to your entire WhatsApp, or post it to your Facebooks or Instagrams or WeChats or TikToks or whatever. Just tell people they only have 3 minutes. So.
1 minute.
And that really wraps it up, doesn't it?
Yeah.
And
after you can invite the jury to go to upstairs
Yes.
to the Marriott room so they can.
Yeah. You can go upstairs one floor higher to the married room, and this is for you area set aside. To, do, if you want, yeah, it's done. For you, it's done. Thank you so much. You can all go upstairs one floor higher. There is a married, it's called married room upstairs. Just go, you can finalize your votes there, and then at 7 we will announce the winner. And thanks again. Yeah, thank you very much. It was a long day.
It was very interesting.
I thought so too.
Thank you for managing. It's not easy, I know, particularly time.
We're almost on time. Yes. Get these online votes in. Not much time left. And after that, it's time for drinks. The winner announcement will be at 7. On time, I hope.